Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Markets are selling off after that Trump news, after he has announced his tariffs here. We're getting the live going here, right now. And I just want to make sure that everything is working correctly. If you guys could hear me, go ahead and put something in the chat. We're going to be taking some live chart requests here from the Discord and also from the chat. If you guys could drop something inside of the comment section, I just want to make sure I'm using a new streaming feature here. So I want to make sure everything's working properly. Everything is on. Looks like we are live here on X, and we are live on every platform right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Can someone drop something in the chat for me here? Can someone drop something in the chat so I can see if we are cooking here? Just need a comment. We got Warren there. All right, Clutch Gaming. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I just want to make sure I could see the chat over here on TikTok as well. Sorry, guys. First time using the streaming software, so I'm trying to get used to it here. Let me go over here, see if this works. Okay, got you. Got you in the chat there on TikTok as well. So if you guys have chart requests throughout this stream, go ahead and drop them. Obviously, Bitcoin's selling off here after the news. All altcoins looks like they're selling off as well, which is fine, right? Nothing to panic about. If you zoom out of Bitcoin's chart, I mean, we're literally where we were last week, right? We were right there at 79,000. We were there at 74,000 just 2-3 weeks ago. So again, we're still just range bound right now. What I do like about the monthly chart at the moment is that we are still having a green candle here. I know the dot is red. If you guys want the absolute bottom for Bitcoin, it's going to be on the next green dot here on the monthly chart. If you guys are new to the channel, we are swing traders here. We are not day traders. We are long-term swing traders. Our vision is anywhere from 1 to 6 months. 6 months on our time frame. I got the rules right here in the Discord. What's going on, chat? What's going on, Tamara, Kurtz, Cherry, Harizo, Clutch Gaming? What's going on, everybody? I just want to go over the rules real quick, and then we'll go ahead and take some chart requests. We'll go ahead and do XRP here in just a second. I see a couple of you requesting that, but I just want to go over the rules so you guys know what we're looking for here as we look at your guys' requests. Again, we actually have a strategy. We actually have a plan with our trades. We're not just buying whenever and selling whenever. We actually have a plan going in. So our trading rules are right here inside of the Discord. We are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. We enter and exit positions using our trading indicator. The green dot means buy, and the red dot means sell. Okay, so when I talk about the trading indicator, I'm talking about the red and green dots down here on my indicator. We also use a Fibonacci tool. This gives us our support and resistance levels. This tells us, where we're going to bounce, where we're going to top out. You can see every time price comes up and hits this red zone up here, you can see Bitcoin hit it right back here in January at 106. That red dot came. Again, we want to sell the red dots in the red zone. Okay, and we've sold off ever since. So the first thing that we are looking for on any trade that we take, guys, is that we only buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. So why is that? Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, the monthly chart is the most important chart simply because it is the macro time frame, right? It is going to tell us which way the whales are swimming. Okay, you can see this green dot right here in January. This is a chart of Bitcoin right here. Okay, that called the bottom right there at 16,000. Okay, this was 2 years ago, January of 2023. We also got another one right here in October. That was October of 2023. You can see Bitcoin's price was right there at 27,000. Okay, and then the most recent one came right here in November, right before Trump's election at 67,000. And obviously that thing ran all the way up to about 110. So what we're doing right now on Bitcoin is simply just waiting for a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, we don't need to sit here and guess. We don't need to say, oh, is this the bottom? Is that the bottom? No, we just simply need to wait for the green dot confirmation. And that is our trading strategy, right? We want that green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, so after we get that green dot on the monthly chart, you can see that is rule number 4. Rule number 5 is that we want to buy the day of the green dot, okay, in or around the golden zone. Okay, the golden zone is going to be that Fibonacci that I was talking about. Okay, as long as we have a green dot on the monthly chart, we're looking to buy the dips. So right now we wouldn't be looking to buy Bitcoin at the moment because simply we do not have a green dot on the monthly chart. But if you guys follow my watch list, and I drop a watch list every Friday on YouTube, all these names here, okay, if you take a look at Uber, Okay, if you take a look at Uber's chart, Uber's green on the monthly. That means Uber's macro move is up. Okay, same thing with Billy. Okay, same thing. Well, it actually flipped red today. What do you know? CVI, okay, that one's green. You got Okta, that one's green. So we're looking for that green dot on the monthly chart. That is what tells us where the bottom is. We don't have to sit here and guess. We simply just have to wait for the green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, and then that will tell us where the bottom is. You can see Okta. This one came right here in December. That one was right there at $80. It ripped all the way up to 120. That was a beautiful move right there. Okay, so that's the rules, guys. We are looking for the green dot on the monthly. You can see the buying strategy is monthly green dot plus a daily green dot in or around the golden zone equals buy. So if your name does not have a green dot on the monthly chart, you should not be surprised that we are going down. Okay, you should be prepared, right? One of my largest positions is Chainlink right now. Okay, I bought this all the way back here in November. Around 12, 15 bucks was my first entry. It ran all the way up to 30. I sold it. I rebought. Okay. I jumped the gun though. Okay. I jumped the gun because obviously we're selling off. This has been one of the weirdest crypto moves in any bull market that I've ever seen. But simply put, I'm simply just holding my Chainlink position right now. I'm not looking to add more. I'm not looking to buy more. I'm simply just waiting for the next green dot confirmation on the monthly chart. When I get that green dot, boom, that is when I will either average down on my position, buy more, or just continue to hold. So we're not panic selling here, right? We're getting a little dip here today. Okay, we're down what? Chainlink's down 8% today. Bitcoin's down what? Bitcoin's down like 3% today, and everyone's losing their minds. Look at the daily chart, guys. Look at this daily chart. We have not moved. Bitcoin has not moved in 3 weeks. Okay, we went down there to 76. That was back in March, and up there to 94. Okay, so simply put, Bitcoin even still has a green dot here on its daily chart. Simply put, what we're waiting for on Bitcoin is a green dot. And I think that thing is going to come either in May or June. So I think we're going to go sideways. I think we're going to chop around here in April for a bit. And I think we're just going to go sideways. I think we're just going to continue to go sideways. If we have a big sell-off, I think it's going to be very short-lived. I think there's a lot of money on the sideline that's wanting to come in. So, yeah, I think that's what the market's going to do. In April, I think it's just going to be very choppy, up and down, up and down, up and down. And like I said, we look to take profits, okay, when that white dotted line on the trading indicator, okay, this white dotted line, when that stochastic RSI, that's the blue line here, when that touches that white dotted line, you can see, boom, taking profits there on Bitcoin if you were trading it, okay, and then also we want to take profits on a red dot inside the red zone on a daily chart. So the last red dot in the red zone came here on Bitcoin back on January 23rd. That was at 107. Same thing with XRP here, okay. This was a great place to be selling. I was telling you guys to take profits, some profits here back January. What was that? January 19th, that red dot in the red zone. The price was around $3.30. And XRP's testing that major $2 level right now. So if you guys got chart requests, go ahead and drop them in the live chat. I'm taking a couple here. I see one for XRP. And we were just looking at XRP, actually. So XRP is still red on the monthly. So again, we are just waiting for the dot to flip green on XRP. You could see that the green dot, we were buying XRP right here in August. That was August 1st at 50 cents. Okay, the easy money has been made on XRP, in my opinion. Okay, you guys can go back to August. We were calling this green dot out on TikTok at 50 cents. The thing ran all the way up to 350. It gave us the red dot there in March. That was last month. And right now we're red. So again, I wouldn't be looking to take any more positions on XRP. If you're long on it, just continue to hold it, right? If you don't want to sell, again, you should have been taking profits right up here at 330. Okay, right up in this area when you got that red dot there on the daily. Again, the red dot in the red zone is where we want to be taking profits. That is our profit-taking strategy, right? And then with the monthly, right, if you're long on XRP, if you're a long-term holder, you don't have to sell here, okay? But you got to expect we're going to continue to go down here until we get that green dot there on the monthly. And again, I think that's probably going to come in May or June, depending on how things play out. I still am a believer that we are in a bull market. I don't even think altcoin season has really popped off yet. So again, XRP, just wait for that monthly green dot. I see one for Ruben here. Ada Cardano. Cardano has a red this month. This one gave the golden dot here. Okay, back on the daily. If you guys have been following the channel, you guys know that the golden dots on the daily are one of the most bullish signals. They're like a monthly green dot. If you get that, Okay, you definitely want to take a position. And it's literally sitting at the same exact price that golden dot came at. So we got the golden dot. It went up 100% in one day and then puked everything back. Again, we're still just consolidating here. Look at this dip. I mean, we're down what, 5% today? We're literally still in the same range we've been in, guys, since all the way back here in what, February? Okay, February 3rd, we hit this bottom at 56. If you guys take out this big Trump pump that we got there in March, we're still just going sideways right now. Still just going sideways. Okay. Still just going sideways here. Nothing going on. Okay. So I would just continue to hold ADA here. Hold ADA. And if you want confirmation, again, it's the beginning of the month. So there's 30 days left in April, right? This candle's going to move up and down throughout April. Okay. It's up to us to determine. I mean, look at that. Look at that wick right there. That's an insane wick right there. Insane. So with Cardano, I would just hold off here and see where we bounce. You could look to add on the next daily green dot. But what I would be looking for is this monthly dot to fade away. Okay. If this can fade away by May, it's going to be extremely bullish. And I think Cardano, this is one of the ones that the United States government's supposedly going to be buying here. So obviously a lot of credibility there. I really like their CEO. I would just watch 55 cents. Honestly, I'd just be looking to average down on a daily green dot here. Technically, the dot is still green since this is showing up this month in April, right? Unless it closes red, we have nothing to worry about. As of right now, I would still be playing ADA on the daily here, looking to buy those daily green dots. What else we got here? Ben for Nike. Nike. Ben, this one still has that golden dot. So this one's down big after hours. Obviously, the tariffs are going to hurt Nike really, really hard here. I mean, everything's down right now off the tariff news, guys. So I mean, yeah, we're dipping, and right, the only tell is going to be when we bottom is the green dot here on the monthly. But that golden dot was a good signal to enter on there, right? You're down what? You're probably down 5% right now. So we'll see where we open up in the morning. I mean, we were expecting all this news. So to me, this is just an overreaction to the downside to get everybody to panic sell right now. Depending on how you feel about Nike, they're still making a bunch of money, but the tariffs are going to hurt them probably a lot as a retailer. So that's something to consider there. I would just continue to hold this thing. Again, these golden dots are not buy and get rich overnight. These are 1 to 6 month swing trades here, folks. 1 to 6 month swing trades on these golden dots. So that means you have to buy and be willing to hold for 1 to 6 months if you want them to work. Okay. These are not day trades. We are not day traders. Okay. This isn't buy and get rich tomorrow. Okay. This is buy and hold. This is a buy and hold strategy. Okay. So what I'd be looking for if you entered on the golden dot here is a signal from one of these larger time frames like the weekly or the monthly. I got one for Ondo here from Deadshot. Ondo is there's no data on the monthly. So this is too new of an indicator, or I'm sorry, too new of a coin for me to see any data. What I'd be waiting on Ondo for is the weekly green dot. And if you guys are in the Discord, we call all the alerts out over here inside the Discord. You can see the weekly. You guys could see the daily alerts. You guys could see the monthly alerts. Okay, we got one for RIG and EOS on the monthly here today. Or today, I'm sorry, that was yesterday. EOS is another crypto. That one's looking really good. That one's actually the only crypto that's green today. And we got that signal yesterday. You can see there at 8:24. These are the instant alerts. I get a lot of people saying, hey, why do you only make videos like the TikToks on after the dot already appears? Well, I can't sit at my computer all day and make a video the second that it happens, right? If you want the alerts the second that they happen, you got to join the Discord over here. And you can see we have the weekly alerts, we have the daily alerts, and we also have the monthly alerts all called out over here inside the Discord, along with those golden dots. You see Nike's golden dot got called out there yesterday as well. So that's over there in the Discord. But I would wait for the weekly dot there on Ondo simply because we can't see the indicator yet on Ondo just because it's too new of a coin. So if you can't see the indicator, if you guys have the indicator and you do not see the data, it's because this thing's only been out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months or whatever the case may be. And there's not enough data to feed the indicator. That's why you need to go to a smaller time frame like the weekly. Okay, the weekly and the monthly are those two are the two macro time frames, right? And then we want to pinpoint our entries here on the smaller time frame, which is the daily. Look at Ondo. Ondo is actually still holding its green dot here on the daily. So I think that's interesting. Again, everybody's talking about Ondo up here, guys. Everyone's excited to buy Ondo up here at $2. Okay, now nobody's excited to buy it down here at 78. So I think this dip is just another one of those liquidation dips. And it's surprising that that thing is actually still holding its daily. How I would play Ondo if you're already in it, though, is I would not look to buy again until you get that weekly green dot right there. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you, brother. I see another one from the chat here. RNDR. RNDR. So this one's still holding the weekly dot as well, even with today's dip, but the monthly is still red. This is another one that gave us that golden dot back here at the beginning of March. We're sitting a little bit below it, maybe like 5% below that price. Again, if you guys can't sit through a 5% dip, this probably isn't the channel for you. If you can't sit through a 5% dip, you don't deserve the 100, 200, 300, 400% moves. Okay, stay long-term, understand what you're buying, okay, and keep the vision of 1 to 6 months using the strategy. And I promise, okay, there's a very good chance it will pay off for you. Okay, it's been very, very good to me over the 8 years I've been trading. And yeah, I mean, this is just prime time. Again, we are swing traders. We are not day traders. So a little tiny dip today. I mean, we're down 11%, but we were up 8% yesterday. So really, we're down like 3% right now on the week. I mean, that's nothing. So I like that RNDR is holding the weekly. What I would look for on the next average down is that monthly green dot. Okay, the monthly green dot is where you're going to want to average down there on our RNDR. And again, if you guys do not have this trading indicator, you guys can get it over here in the Discord. I think Nightbot's dropping the link there in the chat. You just click on this link, takes a couple of clicks, and all of my indicators will load directly into your TradingView account. TradingView is just the website that we use here to trade. And yeah, everything will load directly up in a couple of clicks. Just if you guys need support or have questions with that, just email me overkill@overkillinvesting.club. My email's right there in that thread. If you guys hear my dogs, I apologize. My wife is still out of town. She's coming back tomorrow. So yeah, they're still in my office with me today. What's going on, Brett? Yep, Ondo is still Ondo. I would just continue to hold if you're in the position, and then look to average down on it on the weekly. Wait for that weekly signal there. Yep, weekly dots are another good signal to dollar cost average on for sure. What platform do I buy and sell on? I use Robinhood. Robinhood and Coinbase for crypto. I use Robinhood for stocks and crypto, and then if the crypto's not on Robinhood, I'll use Coinbase. Updates on DJT down $2 after the green dot. Yeah, DJT, I think I heard that there was an offering. They're doing a stock offering or something. So if you look at this one, again, we just want to wait for that macro time frame. Okay, the macro time frame, either the weekly or the monthly. You can see the last weekly dot on DJT. This is Trump's media company here. What's going on with the chat here? Let's see here. Yeah, so you can see the last weekly dot here on DJT. This is Trump's media company. That came right there in September. That was around $13, $14. It went all the way up to 55. So waiting on that weekly signal right there from DJT. Also, we want to see the monthly as well. Okay, the monthly or the weekly will be a great place to add to DJT if you're in the position. I mean, I started buying it at 30. I was buying right up here in this area. Okay, it's sold all the way up. I bought some more down here. And now I'm just looking to average down again on the next weekly green dot. That next weekly green dot will be a good place to dollar cost average, and also the monthly when it comes. So again, that weekly dot on DJT will be called out over here inside of this weekly alerts tab over here in the Discord. You'll be able to see when DJT pops off. We had AI pop off today. I mean, all these signals today are kind of boo-boo now just because, you know, Trump just ignited those tariffs. So we'll see how long these countries can hold out. I mean, there was a crazy tariff on China. Look at this. Okay. United States raises total tariffs on Chinese goods to 54%. That's going to crush them. They're not going to be able to sustain that. They're going to have to come to the negotiation table, right, and meet with Trump's terms. I mean, that's why he's doing it. He's like a bull in a china shop right now. He's going to make them do what he wants them to do. So that's wild. 54% is a lot on Chinese goods. So that's probably why you see Nike selling off. That's why you see a lot of these retailers that probably make all of these all their products in China, right, they're going to get banged, right? They're either going to have to raise their prices or, right, they're going to go down. So we'll see how long these tariffs hold up. I mean, the Chinese can come out tomorrow and say, okay, we're ready to make a deal, right? You already seen Canada coming to the table and saying that they'll take away their tariffs if the United States does. So, guys, this is all short-term stuff, right? Don't get freaked out. Okay, this is short-term. Remember, we are 1 to 6 months out on our investments. We're not day traders. Okay, this short-term volatility means nothing to us. Okay, it means nothing to us. We're just simply looking at dollar cost average. The great thing about swing trading is you could sit back, right? We go work our jobs, we continue to make money, and we continue to dollar cost average into the positions. And then when the big move happens, right, we're going to be prepared to sell. Again, we want to sell up here in this area on the Fibonacci. We want to sell in the red zone. Okay, we don't want to be selling down here. Okay, because down here, up here, you're always like, damn, I wish I was buying down here in this area. Okay, you zoom out. Every time this thing was down here inside the golden zone on our trading indicator, every time this thing was down here, okay, it always bounced. Okay, back here, always bounced. Up here in the red zone, you're like, damn, I wish I was buying down here. So it's just a matter of being patient, right? Not getting flushed out on these short-term liquidation dips, right? They're probably just getting all the leverage out of the markets. We could see a broader sell-off, but I guarantee you there's going to be dip buyers down at these prices, folks. Okay, there is money sitting on the sidelines right now ready to come in. Warren Buffett's sitting on a massive, massive pile of cash here. Okay, what do we got here from TikTok? TikTok, for some reason, won't go into the chat. It's not there. I see one from A on H-bar. Yeah, I'll take some from the TikTok here really quick. H-bar still above 15 cents. Again, another one we want to wait for one of the macro signals. You're going to want to wait for a weekly or a monthly dot there on H-bar. One thing about H-bar here, guys. One thing about H-bar is you could see back in the last bull run, it's putting in a very similar pattern here. Okay, look what it did back here in January of 2021. It ripped from 3 cents all the way up here to 40 cents. Okay, let me sorry about that. 3 cents all the way up to 40 cents here. Okay, 45 cents, and it pulled back for 3 months, and then it ripped. Okay, similar pattern. Look at this pattern: up, down, up. Okay, 3 months up. We're in the third month of down here. Okay, if this plays out like it did last time, we're going to rip here into May, June, and July. So I continue to hold H-bar, and again, I would look to buy it again on either a monthly green dot or a weekly green dot. Okay, the last weekly green dot came back here in, what was that, November? Okay, that was at 4 cents. It went all the way up to 40 cents. That was a 10x trade there on if you guys entered on this green dot right here back in November. So simply just wait for the indicator. What's wrong with the chats? I don't know. I do not know what's wrong with the chats. I'm using a new streaming software, so I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen it. Okay, I'm taking more from the TikTok over here. You guys on TikTok? I see one for Jack on Ondo. We covered Ondo. Okay, we covered Ondo. Again, we want to be selling up here inside of the red zone. We got that red dot right there in the red zone back in December at 205. That was a great place to be taking some profits. Okay, now we're selling off here. We're down in the bottom golden zone. Okay, again, taking profits up here in the red zone. Okay, looking to buy down in this zone. What I would be looking for is a green dot here on the weekly chart or the monthly. Okay, whatever you want. You can't see the indicator yet on the monthly just because Ondo's so new. So I think the weekly dot, when that thing comes on Ondo, that's going to be an epic opportunity to buy. Again, the last weekly dot came right here at 80 cents back in November. It ripped all the way up to $2. That was around 120% move there. What else we got? My chat is weird. Background stuff. I only see half the screen. Anyone else? Huh. Yeah, let me check YouTube real quick, guys. Sorry, I'm using a new streaming software, so let me see here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how it looks right now, guys. That's just kind of how it looks right now. Okay. Do you guys not like that? Are you guys not okay with that? Asta, says, hi, new here. Love your content. Love you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, XRP we covered, guys. We're waiting for the weekly or the monthly dot. Okay. Last weekly dot came right here in November. That was at 44 cents. It ripped all the way up there to around 340. Same thing with the monthly. We called the monthly dot out here in August at 50 cents. Thing ripped all the way up to 330. Thanks, Spanky. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to X, man. Hey, if we can get the YouTube stream, guys, if we can get the let's do YouTube. If we can get the YouTube stream to 200 likes, I'll go ahead and give away 200 XRP today. Okay, if you're on TikTok, that link is in my bio. You can go over to the YouTube stream. If you can get that to 200 likes, I will give away 200 XRP today on today's stream. How many likes are we at right now? Let me see. How many likes we got on YouTube? Anybody know? Looks like I can't even see. One sec here. We got 23 likes on YouTube. We got to get that 200 there. 200 there on YouTube. Let me see here. Bada bing, bada boom. Boss, you have any videos of beginning trade amounts for beginners on your strategy? Yeah, I got a free trading course over here in the Discord. You just go to this trading course tab right here. Yeah, I got about 7 or 8 videos you guys can watch over here. Free trading course over here inside the Discord. What's okay, what else we got? I'm on TikTok again. TikTok, taking some requests from the TikTok here. We got Algorand. Algorand on TikTok here. Monthly still red, and the weekly still red as well. I would be looking for the green dot here on the weekly chart. Again, the last green dot here on the weekly, okay, came right here at around, what was that, November 4th? That was at literally 8 cents, guys. It went all the way up to 60. That was an 800% move off that weekly signal. Again, that signal will be called out over here inside the Discord under that weekly alerts tab right there. What else we got here on TikTok? Axel, AXL. Axler. Okay, that one's red here on the weekly. So that one's still falling. I would probably wait for the monthly on this one. Wait for the monthly. Again, I think the altcoin season is going to start in May or June. I think summer is going to be the pump, guys. I think summertime will be the pump. We will really know when we get some of these macro timeframes printing their green dots, just like Chainlink. Chainlink needs a green dot here on the weekly and also the monthly. When that happens is when we are going to take off. I don't know when it's going to happen. I am predicting that it's going to be in May or June. In May or June. The SPY, S&P 500. Okay, nice green candle here today, but looks like it's selling off big after hours. That's a huge sell-off after hours. It'll be interesting to see how we open up in the morning. Okay, we're getting all this flush here after hours. Okay, either we're going to pick back up in the morning or we're going to see a broader sell-off. Again, with the SPY, I just wait for the weekly dot. Again, the last weekly dot on the SPY came right here in November at 445. Went all the way up to 600 bucks. Same thing with the monthly. We got the last monthly green dot down here below the zero line back in 2022 at 400. Thing ripped all the way up to 600. So wait for one of the macro time frames, okay, to print before you take a position. You want the macro time frames to be in your favor. Okay, the green dot tells us we're going up in the macro. Then we can get into the daily and we can pinpoint our entries on these daily dots. The daily dots don't mean anything unless the monthly is green. You know what I'm saying? The daily dots do not mean anything unless the monthly is green. The monthly or the weekly, whichever one you want to use. Discord links in my bio. You guys can join the Discord. It's free to join. We do have a paid membership over there, though. It is about $4 a month. $4 a month if you guys want all the weekly and the monthly alerts from the indicator. But it is free to join. You guys can join for free. You guys can check out the free trading course over there in the Discord as well. That's all free. I got links to everything that I use here, to Coinbase, to Robinhood, and to TradingView, which is our charting software. That's just the website that we use, tradingview.com. QQQ. Thanks for the like, brother. Thanks for the like. Hawaii, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, dude? QQQ, same thing, guys. We just need that green dot signal. Again, the wave is way down here. This is good. This means we're very oversold. Okay. All we need now is a green dot. The last time we got a green dot on the QQQ with the wave down here was back here in November. That was at around 343. It went all the way up there to around 520. What else we got? I see one from Cherry for Ave and Solana. Ave, Avave. Okay, this is another one. You want to wait for that monthly signal. Okay, you want to wait for either the monthly green dot. We called this one out on Ave back here in August. That was at $100. Okay, it went all the way up here to around 400. Okay, that was a beautiful, beautiful move there on Ave. That was a 300, 400% trade right there. I mean, if you entered on this green dot when we called it out in the Discord over there, you made 266%. Now we're just waiting for the next one of these. Okay, that is what I would wait on. Again, I'm thinking somewhere between May and June is when we're going to get the monthly signals, the macro signals. Okay, and this was called out over here in the Discord under the alert section right here. Okay, and that thing ripped. Again, we are swing traders, guys. If you're going to trade a monthly chart, you need to be long. Okay, all of our investments are for a 1 to 6 month time frame. Okay, we are not day traders. Okay, we are not day traders. We are swing traders. We don't have to be in front of our screens all day long to trade. We simply just buy and we hold. Okay, buying the green dots, selling the red dots. Okay, selling the red dots up here in the red zone. You should have been taking profits on Ave right here back in December when we were in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, if you guys don't know what a Fibonacci tool is, this is one of the best tools you can use for trading. Okay, it gives you all the support and resistance levels that you need. I got a great video on that over here in the Discord in the trading course right here. This is actually not my video. This is just a video on YouTube, but this guy explains the Fibonacci tool better than anybody on the internet. This guy explains it very, very well. It's very, very much worth your time to go watch this video, and he'll explain the Fibonacci and why it's important in trading. It's used a lot by big-time traders, okay, institutional investors and things like that. Great video over there if you guys want to go check that out and learn more about the Fibonacci tool. We got one for Dogecoin. Okay, this one's also red here on the monthly. Again, Doge was a great time to be taking profits back here in December when we were hitting that red line. Again, the red dots in the red zone are where we want to be taking profits. Okay, you should have been taking profits up here at 45, 46. Now it's all the way back down here to 16. Okay, if you guys were around in November, December, everyone was screaming Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Okay, why is that? Well, that's because we were in this mania phase right here. Okay, you guys see this chart? Okay, everybody was excited. This is when we don't want to buy when everyone's excited. We want to buy when they're right not having a good time, when nobody's talking about it. Okay, down here in despair. We don't want to. If people are already talking about it, you're too late. Okay. Once again, we were buying Doge, okay, right here in October. Okay, boom. Called it out right there at 12 cents. I got the video pinned to my TikTok profile if you guys want to go check that out. But 12 cents is where we were calling out Doge. Thing went all the way up to 50 cents. That was a 400% move off of that dot. So simply put, on Doge, we're simply just waiting for the next green dot. And again, my time frame for that is going to be sometime between May and June. Again, that's just a prediction. It's not for sure. It's not a sure thing until it's actually sitting here on the chart. Does that make sense? So we don't learn the actual strategy you use and go solely on the dot. Yeah, you're using the strategy, right? If you're using my strategy, I got all the rules over here and a free trading course you guys can check out right here. I got 6 or 7 videos right here. Only one of those videos in that trading course is not mine. That's this guy's, because I think he explains the Fibonacci tool way better than I can. But this video will go over it as well. That's the first one. I would just start with this one and work your way all the way up there in the trading course if you guys are new. Michael says, I've held all my good. You should be holding. You should not be selling down here, okay? If you guys are selling down here, you guys are just sheep to the slaughter. Okay, all we should be doing right now is simply holding our positions, waiting for the monthly signal. Once the monthly signal comes, we can buy more. Okay, you should be going to work tomorrow, earning money and investing more into your account, not buying yet. Okay, just let it sit there in cash And then when the green dot comes, that's when we can take our positions, right? That's when we can allocate and average down on what we are holding. All right, let's take some chart requests here from the Discord real quick. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of enjoying this. What do you guys think of the vertical live? I can actually switch back and forth from horizontal. What do you guys thinking of this? I'm using a new streaming platform because I wanted to stream on every platform. We got followers on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're all over the place here. So, what do you guys think? Let's check some of these chart requests over here. We got one for Delhi, RGTI. And if you guys are joining the stream late, we actually have a tab over here where you guys can watch all the live replays. Okay, it's over here in the latest tab. Okay, you can see the latest tab up here. You guys can see the replays right here. You guys can never miss a stream if you guys are over here in the Discord. You guys can go watch all the past streams over here as well. RGTI from Delhi. Oops, that's a stock. This is a quantum computing stock. So this is one I would be waiting for one of the macro signals on, either the weekly or the monthly. Okay, the weekly or the monthly. It's trying to bounce right there on its 9 EMA, but I would just wait for that confirmation of the dot. Again, right now it's red, so that tells us that the macro direction is down. Okay, what I would do if you're in this position is watch that $7 level. Have a stop loss at 7. That's the low from right there in March, right where we bounced and got that green dot there on the daily. If that level breaks, we got to assume this thing's gonna be a falling knife there. I just wait for the confirmation from the weekly or the monthly. That'll be your confirmation. You see the last monthly dot came right there in October. It was at 70 cents. It went all the way up to $30. I didn't know anything about this company back here, so I wish we would have seen that dot last time. But simply put, we can just wait till it prints again. Chris says he's not a fan. Okay. Feels kind of clunky. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. Well, I'll try a horizontal stream after this. I mean, I mainly did this for like the TikTok over here. I mean, we got a ton of viewers over here on TikTok. Holy smokes. We got 4,142 likes. Shout out to the TikTok, man. TikTok is definitely the strongest platform. I just kind of wanted to test it. I'm sorry that you guys don't like the stream today on YouTube, but I just wanted to try something new here. So, yeah. What else we got? You guys got any other chart requests here inside the chat? We got one for XCN. XCN here. XCN is also red. So this is another one where everybody was excited to buy it up here at 4 cents, right? Everybody was hooping and hollering. XCN, baby, XCN, XCN. Everyone was excited about this thing in the red zone. What'd we do? We got that red dot. I told you guys to sell this thing up here at 3 cents. What was that? 3.5 cents. It's down below a penny now. So again, another name, I'd just be waiting for either the green dot on the weekly or the green dot on the monthly to take your position. Okay, I would not be trying to dip buy this right now. Wait for the macro confirmation before you buy it. Okay, don't be buying on the daily dots because again, we need confirmation from the monthly or the weekly first. Okay, we need the confirmation from the macro time frames before we look to the smaller time frames. Okay, what else we got? Let's go back to the Discord here. Shot requests. Let's go back to the top here. We got some ground to cover here. AVAX for Billy. Billy. How you doing, my brother? AVAX selling off hard here at 18. Again, this one got the golden dot back here in March. So if you bought the golden dot, you're like break even right now. Looks like the low is right there at 15. So as long as AVAX can hold on to 15, there's nothing to worry about. Again, another name I would be looking to, well, that actually has a green dot on the weekly. So again, if you guys zoom out of the chart right now, this dip is nothing, right? We were lower 3 weeks ago. We were down here at $15 3 weeks ago. We're sitting at 18 right now. If anything, this is a buying opportunity, okay? So what I do on AVAX is wait for the green monthly dot, okay? Green monthly dot. Once we get the next round of green monthly dots, that is when altcoin season is really going to kick off, folks. Until we see these green monthly dots, okay, altcoin season is on pause. We're simply waiting for that confirmation. if you guys are having trouble on YouTube, just jump over there to TikTok. That you'll get the horizontal stream. And yeah, tomorrow, or I'm sorry, on Friday, I'll do a horizontal stream. I want to see what the horizontal stream looks like on TikTok. I see one for Alfred over here in XDC. XDC, red dot here on the monthly. Okay, technically the dot is still green here. So again, I would just wait for either a weekly or a monthly dot here. And yeah, we'll see where we fall here. Again, I'd wait for the weekly on XDC. Wait for that weekly green dot. You got that one right there. Back at 3 cents, it went all the way up to 15. That was, I mean, that was easy money right there. I mean, that was a 500% move all the way to the top there on XDC. So I would just be patient. Wait for the weekly on this one. What else you guys got? You guys got no requests here in the TikTok chat? We got CRO selling off a little bit here. I like CRO here. This one got the green dot there on the weekly a couple weeks ago. This one also had the golden dot here. Again, if you guys ever see the golden dot here on the indicator, that is the most bullish indication that you can get. Okay, that came right there at 7 cents, popped all the way up there to 12. That was a 70% move. How I play CRO here is I would be on the daily here looking to buy the green dot here. The next daily green dot to average down on your position. Again, if you were buying the golden dot, you're already up. I mean, you were up 70%, but now we're selling off a bit here. So waiting on that confirmation. Again, the weekly's green, so that's good. The monthly is not, though, yet. But the monthly did have a green candle close there in March, so that was good. We got one for XLM here from the chat as well. The monthly is red here on XLM. So, again, wait for that green dot confirmation. If you wait for the weekly, the last one came back here in November. You can see that came at 9 cents. It did the Ripsky. Same thing with the monthly. That green dot came right there in November at 10 cents. We called this one out too with XRP at 10 cents. Boom. Thing ripped all the way up to 63. And now we're just melting down. So I would wait for the next signal here to enter XLM. If you're in the position, if you're long on it, you can continue to hold it. But I would wait for either a weekly or a monthly green dot here to trade XLM here. BBAI. BBAI was called out today. Looks like it's down a little bit after hours. That one has a red dot there on the monthly. The weekly has a green candle, but no dot yet. So again, wait to average down on one of those. That had the green dot today on the daily, and it's sitting right there above that support level at 280. It's going to be really interesting to see where some of these stocks open up here in the morning. But if you're in BBAI, I would wait for a weekly dot now or a daily. I'm sorry, a weekly or a monthly dot. That one's got a red dot here on the monthly. So again, these AI stocks are very, very trendy. Everyone was super excited about BBAI up here at $10. Everybody was going long on it, and now nobody's talking about it down here. So they're still a very small company. I mean, they're making like $54 million a quarter. That's not that much. They're technically considered a penny stock here. So what I would do if you're in the position is continue to hold it and wait for either a green dot on the weekly or a green dot on the monthly to average down on your position. Here's one for Solana. Okay, that one's also still red here on the monthly. Again, you guys should have been taking profits on Solana up here. Okay, red dot in the red zone on the daily at 260, 270 is where you wanted to be selling. This thing has sold all the way off. Wow, sitting at 119 right now. Looks like the low was right here at, what was that, 112? 112 was the low right there. So you could set a stop loss right there at 110 if you want to. But I would, again, wait for that macro confirmation, either the green dot there on the weekly or the green dot there on the monthly. Okay. That last weekly one on Solana with the wave down here came back here. What was that? September at 128. Thing ripped all the way up to 300. That was a 200% move right there on Solana. Yeah, so TradingView, you need at least an essential plan. So if you guys don't have TradingView, you can come over here to the Trading Apps tab, and you guys can start your TradingView account by clicking on this link right here. Okay, that will pop up your TradingView. You just need the essential plan to use the trading indicator. That's all you need on TradingView. I think it's like $15 a month. And then, of course, you can get the trading indicator right here by clicking on this link. If you guys have any questions or need help loading that up, just email me. My email's right there in the trading indicator tab over there in the Discord. If you're on TikTok, that is in the description. The link to the Discord. You guys can join for free. It's in the description over there. What else we got? We got Hive here from Josh. What's going on, Josh? How you doing, brother? Is that a crypto or is that a stock? Talking about the crypto or the stock here? Okay, because the stock is given a buy signal here on the weekly. The monthly is still red, but that weekly dot looks very, very interesting here. This looks like a penny stock, though, so be careful. But the last time we got a green dot was back here in May of last year at $2. It went all the way up to around $5. That was a really nice move. But I like that weekly signal right there on Hive. And it's also got a daily as well. So that's got a lot of room to go up to 5. Yeah, this one looks good. I'd buy this one here today on Hive. Again, I have no idea what it is or what it does, but if you want to own it for the long term, looks like they got pretty good earnings. They're beating their earnings, 28 million a quarter. So it's a good call out here, Josh. Good call out here, Josh. He said the stock. So yeah, weekly looks good. We don't have the monthly yet, but I mean, this thing looks like it's at support. Okay. We bounced at the same level where back right here, back in 2022. So looks interesting. Got a lot of room to go back up there to 5. What else we got? Let's take some from the Discord again here. Let's check it out. Check it out. Wow, we got some requests to cover here. We got ICP. ICP crypto down at $5 right now. Got a red here on the weekly. Monthly's also still red. So again, we want to wait for one of those confirmations of a green dot here on the weekly to average down on our positions. Okay, I'd just be watching the weekly or a monthly for that signal to average down there. Ondo, we covered IBIT. That is the Bitcoin ETF. So that was putting in a nice green candle here to start the month. But, I mean, this Trump dump is not looking good for a lot of these stocks. So you can see the last time we got a green dot here on the weekly chart was at $33. That thing went from 33 all the way up there to 60. Okay, that was a 100% move. So what I would do is play the weekly on this one simply because we can't see the data on the monthly yet. So when you get that weekly green dot is when I would buy the IBIT there. Okay, watch for that green dot confirmation there on IBIT. Ethereum. This one had a green dot on the weekly to start the day, but it's gone now. Okay, it's absolutely gone now. So again, waiting on that confirmation from the weekly or the monthly chart here to buy Ethereum. Ethereum has only gone down 4 months in a row. This will be the 5th month if we end up red since back here in 2018. Ethereum has never gone down 4 months in a row since 2018. Okay, it went down 2 months, it pumped, went down 3 months, it pumped. Okay, went down 3 months, it pumped. This is the 5th month in a row red if we close red. That hasn't happened since 2018. That was 7 years ago. So once again, we will hit a bottom when we get that green dot on the monthly. Okay, again, that green dot right there in November came at 1,800, about the same exact price we're sitting at right now. It went all the way up to 4,000. I still think Ethereum is pennies on the dollar right now. I think it is very, very cheap. I would either look for the weekly green dot or the monthly green dot to buy Ethereum again if you're going to play that. Chris says Wolf speed. Okay, monthly still red, trending down. This doesn't look like a very good stock here. That one, they're making quite a bit of money, though. I think they're a chip maker. I think you called this one out before. So, again, they're just melting it down right now. I don't know what's going on. It looks like they got earnings there on the 30th. So, it's green on the monthly, but, I mean, that doesn't matter. This thing's just getting melted right now. Looks like they gapped it down today. They maintained a buy rating, and Goldman Sachs says they're worth $8 to $15 a share, and they're sitting at $2. I mean, Goldman Sachs is one of the biggest banks in the world, and it's telling you that their price target for it is $15 to $8. Or $8 to $15. So if that happens, I mean, you're gonna make a lot of money on this thing. I don't know why it's going down like this, but if you believe in the company, it looks like a great place to be a long-term investor in it and be buying it up down here because I mean it's never been this low before. So if they're a legit company, I mean, and it's going to bounce back. I mean, if Goldman Sachs says it's a they reduced their price target from $15 to $8 a share. So they're saying it's worth $8 a share. That would put you up about 300% if it goes back to 10. So I would just continue to hold that one and buy it if you believe in that company. Nike gold dot still valid. Yeah, so they got the Trump dump. They're at 60. I mean, the gold dot's still on the chart. So it's again, these are 1 to 6 month swing trades, guys. These aren't day trades. So, I mean, this is a 1 to 6 month trade if you're buying Nike here. Nike hasn't been this low since all the way back here in 2020 on the COVID dip. Okay, it hit this low in the COVID dip back in March of 2020. I mean, it hasn't been that low since. If you would have bought it last time down there at that low, I mean, you bought it at the price it's sitting at now, 60 bucks. It went all the way up to 175. So I still think Nike looks really, really cheap here. If you believe in the company, I would still maintain a hold and a buy rating on that. Okay, I'd be a holder and a buyer of Nike. And if you want to average down again on it, wait for the weekly dot, okay, or the monthly, either one of those. But that golden dot was a great entry, okay, if you're looking at it from a 1 to 6 month time frame. What else we got here in the Discord? UNM from Let's. What's going on, my brother? Okay, this one's up here in the red zone, so I'd be selling UNM here. Okay, red dots in the red zone. I don't want to own anything up in the red zone. I just don't. Okay, we're trading. Okay, at any time this thing could fall the other way, so I'd be taking profits on UNM here. IAG also up here in the red zone, so I'd look to sell that one probably now. Okay, you can see the last time we hit the red line, we sold off. So we're literally inches away from it right there, 20 cents away from it. So I'd be taking profits on IAG. ILMGL1. What the heck is that, man? ILMG1. ILMG. What the hell? ILMG1. ILMG1. Yeah, I don't see that one. ILMG1. I don't see that one, my brother. I'm sorry. CRO we covered. We got Atom. Atom is a cryptocurrency. This one also gave the golden dot back here in March. That was right there at around 380. That had a really nice move up to 5. That was like a 30-40% move. And now it's selling off. So, again, waiting on the macro confirmation. Red dot here on the weekly. But, again, the weekly, this thing isn't closed yet. So, I would just continue to hold this one. You could look to add on the daily green dots. Again, the daily green dots are called out over here in the Discord. Okay, right under the daily alerts section right here. Okay, get all the daily alerts. And that actually gave one today before the Trump dump. So wait for that daily on this one now that we got the golden dot on Atom. That one's in the watch list, though. That one looks good. HNT. HNT weekly screen. And the monthly is still red. Again, 5 months in a row, guys. This is blood. I mean, it's just bloody out there. Okay, eventually the tide's going to turn and bounce back. Look, the last time it dipped 4 months in a row, it went from $2 all the way up to 10. Okay, this was a 250% move. So we're down here in buying territory, right? We're definitely at a good place to be a swing trader, not a day trader. Every time the market goes down 3%, everyone's on TikTok going, "Oh my God, oh, it's down 3%. Okay, zoom out of the chart. Okay, if you were buying HNT in this zone back here in August, you made a lot of money. Okay, it's right back in the zone. If you believe in the project, if you believe it's going higher, down 5 months in a row is a great place to be buying. I mean, this is just, it went down 4 months last time and ripped. So I think they're just continuing to flush all the weak hands out. Okay, all the bears, they're throwing a party right now, but eventually the pendulum is going to swing back in the Bulls' favor, and the Bears are going to be licking their wounds. And again, I think the bounce is coming in May or June. Okay, I think you might even see one here in April. Says link is expired for the Discord. That's interesting. Here, I'll drop another one here in the chat. I got to check that out. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. I'll drop another one here in the chat. Boom. You guys can join there. Hit that Discord link there. Free to join. Completely free to join. Okay, we do have a paid version. It's $4 a month if you guys want full access to all the premium content. But there's the link right there. And I'll check that out here after the stream. The monthly chart on SMCI is trying to turn here. Again, we just want to wait for the monthly or the weekly confirmation here that the daily give you. Yeah, the daily gave you an alert here today. So this one looks like it wants to bounce. The candle is flipping green here. They got earnings coming up in May. So again, if you want to add to your position, again, wait for one of the macro timeframes, either the weekly or the monthly chart to show up. That'll be your entry point, and this thing's got a lot of room to go back up there to 120. I'm pretty sure these guys have a partnership with NVIDIA. So this is a solid company here. They got good earnings too. Okay, making about $5-6 billion a quarter. That's pretty good. What else we got? GME, GameStop. What's GameStop doing? GameStop, they got a green candle here to start the month. The weekly chart, not green yet. So either wait for the weekly or the monthly for a green dot to buy GameStop here. Okay, waiting on that confirmation. They had a big move after earnings. They flushed it down. Okay, I would just wait for the confirmation on the weekly or the monthly to attack GameStop here. I'd be patient on that one. We got Amazon. Oh my God. Oh, that was weird. Amazon's at $83 here after hours, so they're probably getting hurt by those China tariffs as well. Again, just waiting for the macro time frame to print green here. I think we're getting really close. I mean, the wave has not been down here on the weekly since, I mean, all the way back. This was the lowest it was back here in 2023. So again, if you want to wait for the weekly dot, that's how I play it. Okay, I just wait for that weekly confirmation and then also the monthly as well. You want one of the macro time frames, either the weekly or the monthly to print first. And then you want to get into the smaller time frame like the daily. What else we got? Robinhood. Okay, watch that weekly and monthly chart. Again, those are called out over here in the Discord. So you guys never have to guess when they're going to come. They're literally called out over here in the Discord. Okay, you get all the weekly and the monthly alerts. The monthly and the weekly alerts are going to be the most accurate dots to trade. Okay, once you get the macro ones, then you want to pay attention to the daily ones. Okay. What else we got? Tesla. Tesla here from RJ. What's going on, RJ? Yeah, I'm testing out a new streaming software, buddy. It's just a vertical version of the live normally. So we'll try a horizontal one tomorrow. I just wanted to see how this worked today. But Tesla, they're down after hours. They're down at 260 after hours. We had the green dot show up here this week. Obviously, Tesla's going to get hurt by the tariffs as well. But again, guys, we could wake up tomorrow and all the tariffs could be gone. Like, we don't know what the hell is going to happen, right? I don't think the tariffs are going to last long because all these other countries can't afford to pay the tariffs. They're going to have to come to the negotiation table with Trump, and they're going to have to make a deal. China cannot pay 54% on all of their goods being imported. I mean, they can, but they're going to go broke. So China's going to have to bend the knee. Right? They're going to have to bend the knee. Yeah, they can try to strong arm Trump for a couple weeks, but as they're forking over billions and billions of dollars, they're going to be like, oh, okay, maybe we should do something about this. It's either that or they nuke the United States. Who knows what's going to happen? Okay. But these countries cannot last. Okay. None of these countries can last with these kind of tariffs on their company. Trump is using this as a negotiation tactic. Okay. That's all he's doing. So again, we could wake up tomorrow and all the tariffs are gone, right? Next week, they could all be gone because every country will come in and they'll say, okay, it's over. So with Tesla, again, we got the golden dot back here. If you guys see the golden dot on the daily chart, again, that's a great place to take an entry. That was right there at 240. Okay. Thing went all the way up here to 290. Okay. That was a 25% trade off of that. Again, hitting that white dotted line, that's stochastic. Normally a good place to take some profits. We had the green dot today, but none of the green dots today seem to matter because, again, with the reaction to the tariff news. So, right, there's fundamentals and then there's technicals. So I'd still be a holder of Tesla at these levels. I still think it's a great company. Everyone values them as a car company, but really they're a technology company. They're a robotics company, okay, and they're an energy company. So they don't just sell cars. It does make up quite a bit of their revenue. But again, they're making $27 billion a quarter. They're not going to go bankrupt. Everyone keeps saying they're going to go bankrupt. They make $27 billion every 4 months. I think they can afford a little bit of a dip in sales. Okay. They're going to be fine long term. Okay. Everyone who's bet against Elon Musk in the past has failed. So, how I play Tesla is I'd wait for the monthly. Again, this monthly dot came back here. That was in June of 2024 at 180. Another one that we called out inside the Discord at 180. This thing went all the way up here to $500. Okay, huge trade. Where should you have been taking profits? Up here in the red zone on Tesla. This was profit-taking territory. That red dot right there was your sell signal up there at 473. Again, we want to sell the red dots inside of the red zone. Okay, so I mean, I would have been buying Tesla back here if I wanted to own it back here on the 12th. And also, I would have been buying this week off the weekly dot. So if you're in it and you want to average down on your position, just wait for the monthly now. AVAX from the chat here. Yeah, we did AVAX. We did AVAX, my brother. Okay, again, waiting on the weekly. Oh, the weekly actually has a green dot. So we'd be, it's not a bad place to hold AVAX here. Again, it's down 5 months in a row. AVAX has never dropped 5 months in a row. I guess it did right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then it absolutely ripped. So again, just wait on that confirmation from the monthly. Again, you got the green dot on the weekly. So it's not a bad place to own it. Again, when everyone's freaking out, when everyone's not having a good time, when everyone's crying, when everyone's yelling bear market, bear market, bear market, that's a great place to be looking for entries. Okay, great place to be looking for entries. I like AVAX. This one also had a golden dot back here in March as well. So I'd be a buyer of AVAX down here at these levels. And I'd look to buy it again on the monthly dot here. Again, it's only dropped 5 months in a row one time in history, and that was in 2023 before we went to the sky. What else we got here? Let's go back to TikTok. Anyone got some requests here in the TikTok? Oops. Anyone here in the TikTok got requests here? We covered XRP. Yep. Indicators are guaranteed for life, guys. Guaranteed for life. You guys get them forever. When you purchase them, just come over here, trading indicator tab, click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks. You get lifetime access to the indicators. If you have any questions, just email me, overkill@overkillinvesting.club. 18 diamonds. What are diamonds on TikTok? I don't know what a diamond is, but shout out to everybody throwing diamonds over here. Got 10,000 likes on the stream. Wow. BITF. That's Bit Farms, I believe. Okay, this one's looking good. This is a penny stock right now. I believe they're a Bitcoin miner, and their revenue don't look too bad. But look at that. You got a green candle here to start the month on Bit Farm. Again, if you're long on this project, this was all the way up here at $4. It's at 80 cents right now, and they got earnings coming up. So if you're long on the project, I mean, they actually got earnings. They're actually making money. I think they're a Bitcoin miner, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Whoever requested this, Mr. Diaz over here, Bit Farm. I mean, I would buy this thing right now, honestly. I mean, down here, if I believed in the company, if I knew the company was going to be successful, I would look to buy it down here well, I'd wait for the weekly at least, but that monthly looks like it's going to come anytime. The last time we got a green dot with the blue wave all the way down here in this territory was right here in 2023 at $1. Again, it went up to $4. That was a 300% move. Yep. Yeah, they're a Bitcoin miner. Okay, cool. I see another request here for AMD. AMD. This one, AMD is solid, dude. AMD has been racked. They have been hit very, very hard from 200 all the way down to around 93. Again, the last time the wave was all the way down here, right? The deeper the blue wave, the better, because that means the dip, right? The liquidation dip has been very large. So this thing's way down here. The last time it was all the way down here was in 2023. It gave you the green dot right there in February of 2023 at $80. It went all the way up to 220. Again, the larger the time frame you guys are trading with this indicator on, the better, the more accurate. Okay. And that green dot came right there in February at $75. Thing ripped all the way up there to 225. So if you want to wait for confirmation of a bottom, obviously wait for the dot, but this looks like a really good place to be looking for an entry here on AMD. I really like AMD at these prices as a long-term investor. Okay, 1 to 6 months out on all trades. Mara had a green candle to start the month. What's this thing doing after hours? Probably falling off a cliff. I guess you can't even see what it's doing after hours here. It says it's still sitting at 12. Wait for the green dot here on the weekly on Mara, the weekly or the monthly. Okay, the last monthly dot that came down here below the zero line on the indicator was back here in, what was that, 2023 in March. And I think we're literally months away from this happening, guys. That was at $5. It went all the way up to $35 for a 700% move there. So again, wait for the confirmation on either the weekly or the monthly to buy Mara. If you're in the position now, I would not sell down here. I would just wait and look to average down. Again, you can buy more when it goes lower. It's okay. You guys don't have to panic sell on these big liquidation dips here. Okay. I'd look for a weekly or a monthly to buy Morrow again. Mr. Winky. What a name, dude. What a name. Whiff rug pull. Okay. Absolute rug pull here. Everyone's talking about the dog with the hat up here at $4. You get the red dot in the red zone. That's where you want to sell. Red dot in the red zone. That's where you want to sell. Okay. This is a meme. So I don't think it has any fundamentals really. And it's just getting rugged right now. So I'll tell you what, I like it a lot better down here at 30 cents than I did up here at $5. So if this thing's going to be an actual project and actually do something, it's super cheap right now compared to where it was up here at $4. So it has a weekly green dot. I would just, if you buy it, I would just continue to hold it. If you want to buy it, wait for the daily green dot. We want to buy the day of the green dot here on WIP. So I'm not a meme coin trader, but they are listed on Coinbase, or I'm sorry, Robinhood, which I think is very interesting. What else we got? Anything else from the chat here? Robinhood from Captain Chowder. What's going on, my brother? Robinhood. Okay, that's got a nice candle to start the week. Weekly looks good. No confirmation of a dot yet, but I think this company is just going to continue to just rip. I think Robinhood is a fantastic company. They're making a lot of money. Okay, about $1 billion a quarter. I guess that's not that much, but I like them over $34 over this previous low right here. If you're in it, you could even move your stop loss up to like 38. Honcho says, do Tesla. Say it a couple more times and I will. I promise. We covered Tesla already, buddy. But I'll do it again. We'll look at it again here. Okay, it's selling off after hours. So I did get the green dot here on the weekly. It does have the golden dot there from a couple weeks ago. As long as this thing holds on to, I would say 240, it looks good. But I would put a stop loss at 240. If 240 breaks, we could see lower lows. This is a company that's going to be affected here by the tariffs. So again, it's all going to depend on how we open up. After hours doesn't mean anything. We can open up green tomorrow, guys. We could open up completely green tomorrow. Again, there could be an announcement that none of these tariffs all the tariffs are lifted because all the countries decided to, realize who their daddy is and, come to the negotiation table and meet Trump somewhere in the middle. MSTR, MicroStrategy. That's got a green dot there on the weekly. I like MicroStrategy here. Okay. The monthly looks like it's starting to reverse here. MicroStrategy looks good here, folks. I like it. I'd put a stop loss right there at 270. If I was in the trade, as long as 270 can hold on here, I like it. Okay, I look to buy it again on that next daily green dot now that we got the weekly signal showing green. Okay, the only thing we need is the monthly, and that will be the confirmation. We got 2 green candles here. So if April we break out, you're going to see this, probably see this green dot in April or May, as long as we can hold on to these levels. Okay, very important level is that previous low right there at 270. We got Coinbase. Good request here. Another just fantastic company here, guys. Fantastic company. We got the red dot right back there in February. It's sold off. We got a green candle here to start the month. Coinbase is another one of those companies that I just think is going to be a big winner over the next 5 to 10 years. They're making about $2 billion a quarter, and they got a lot of room to grow. So I'd buy Coinbase if you're in the position. I would look to buy it again down here on a green dot. If you want to look for a position, I would look to buy either the weekly or the monthly. The weekly dot's going to come before it. You can see the last weekly dot that we got here was right there in September at 155. It went all the way up there to around, that was 350. So, I mean, that in itself was about 150% move. What's going on, Soul? Renee, my pleasure. Absolutely. My pleasure. Love doing these lives with you guys. Hopefully you guys are getting some value. Reddit's trying to bottom here off of 100. So $100 for Reddit is a very, very important level. Again, another one I'd want to wait for either a weekly or a monthly dot. You can't see the monthly data, so you got to look to the weekly. That weekly dot here will be called out over here inside the Discord under our weekly alert section because that one is on the watch list. So Reddit looks interesting. I would just wait for the macro confirmation. Okay, you want that weekly chart in your favor. As long as the last dot is green, we're going up. As long as it's red, we're going down. So yes, we did get a little nice bounce to start the week. We'll see how it opens up, but I would wait on that confirmation of that green dot there on the weekly. And they make a decent amount of money. $400 million a quarter. That's really not that much if you think about some of the bigger companies. We got MLN here from Crypto Tim. MLN. This thing had a huge move up. That had a green dot there on the weekly. This was like a pump and dump here. They pumped it up here. Now they're dumping it. Is it green on the monthly? No green dot on the monthly. I'd wait for the monthly green dot there on MLN if you're in it. Just look to average down on the daily. But I like the weekly. I like the daily. I just don't like the monthly yet. And I don't know anything about the project. So I like the fact that it's trying to bounce here on the 90 MA. If you're in it, I'd use a stop loss right there at $9.90. Uniswap. Uniswap's down here at a great level again. We were lower than where we are today 3 weeks ago, guys. So everyone panicking on this dip. We were lower than these prices 3 weeks ago. So zoom out of the chart. Okay, where was a good time to buy Link or Uni last time? Right here in this area at $5. You got the green dot right there on the weekly. Thing ripped all the way up to around $20. Okay, monthly dot as well is still red. Again, down 4 months in a row is normally a great opportunity to buy. Okay, we're in despair right now. All the retail's panicking. Everyone's running for the hills. Everyone's saying it's over, it's over, it's over. Okay, great time to be buying. Okay, great time to be buying and going long. Again, I'm not talking about tomorrow's price or the next week's price. We are 1 to 6 month vision here, guys. 1 to 6 months out on our investments. We are not day traders. Okay, take your day trader stuff and shove it up your arse. Okay, we're 1 to 6 months out on all investments. If you would have bought Uniswap back here in September at $6, you would have been really happy here in December. September, October, November, December. How many months? How many months is that? That's 3 months you had to hold to go from 5 all the way up to 20. That's a 400% move, guys. Okay, maybe not 400%, but 250% move. If you bought at 5 and sold at 20, okay, that's 300%, close to 300% right there. So again, if you're scared about a 5% dip, if you're freaking out over a 5% dip, you don't deserve the 100, 200, 300% moves, guys. You don't. Okay. So again, stay long-term. Think of where we're at in the cycle. Okay. Countries are adopting it. Companies are putting it on their balance sheets. The only thing taking out crypto is the grid going out. And if the grid goes out, okay, the last thing you're going to be worrying about is your money. VLE here from Rainmeyer. Again, I'd be selling this thing up here in the red zone, taking profits today at $9. Yes, it's going to go down here very shortly, my friend. XRP, we covered XRP. What's it doing? It's still holding on to 3. So if you guys looked at XRP, okay, where did we bounce last time? Okay, back here in February, we bounced right there at 175. Prior to that, we bounced right here. Okay, let me just take off my fib here for a second. Okay, we bounced right here at 190. We bounced right here at 190. Okay, and we're bouncing right here at $2 again. So is it going to bounce at 2? I sure hope so. Okay, what I'm looking at here on the weekly is it's still red on the weekly and it's still red on the monthly. So if you're in XRP, if you're a long-term holder, if you believe it's going to be the next Bitcoin or whatever you want to call it, right? What I would be doing is I would be waiting now for a weekly dot. See, the last weekly dot came right there on November 4th at 56. It went all the way up to $3.30. This one on the monthly here, again, we called this one out in the Discord at 50 cents. Again, that was a 600% trade for those of you that bought on this dot, if you held all the way to the top. Okay, so wait for one of those macro signals there on XRP. $2 is a very big support level for XRP. So hopefully that level holds for you guys. If it doesn't, again, all we got to do is sit on our hands and wait for the weekly dot or the monthly dot to buy it again. You guys should be going to your jobs. You guys should be driving Uber, picking up dog poo at people's houses, shoveling, mowing lawns, whatever you got to do to raise more capital. Just raise more capital, put it in your account, and then wait for the signal. When the signal comes, you put your money in and you watch it grow. Okay, we're like farmers here on this channel, folks. Okay, if you're a farmer and you plant a seed, you're not going to dig the seed up every single day and see if it grows, right? You're going to plant the seed and you're going to watch it grow. Okay, if you're investing in good projects, if you're investing in good stocks, eventually they're going to go back up. Okay, if you believe this was the top here for XRP, Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Eventually, we're going to go back up to that level if it's a good project, and it's going to continue to gain market share in the market, right? Okay. If it does what they say XRP is going to do, XRP should go a lot higher than $3.50. Okay. So what I'd be doing on XRP right now is simply just waiting on a weekly signal or a monthly signal. Both of these signals will be called out over here in the Discord under the weekly alerts or the monthly alerts. Okay. Let's go back to the chat here. We got one for Apple from Chris. Oops. And I apologize, guys. I'm using a new streaming software today, so if it looks funky or whatever, I apologize. I think it looks great. I think we're doing great here. Apple, again, waiting on the confirmation either from the weekly or the monthly. This is also another company that could be hit pretty hard with the tariffs here. I would be watching. I mean, I'd put a stop loss right there at 216 on Apple if it was me. Okay. If you don't want to set it at 216 and be less conservative, put it right there at 208. That's where we bounced right here. As long as that level holds, this one looks good to go back up to 260, but we'll see how the tariffs affect Apple here. I would wait for a macro confirmation there on the monthly or the weekly chart, and they got earnings coming up here on the 24th. All right, let's go back here to chart requests. We got AERO. Another one, just wait for the confirmation of the weekly or the monthly on that one. Again, 5 months down in a row is normally a great time to be adding to your long-term positions. I mean, it's not every day you get an opportunity to buy cryptocurrency after it's gone down 5 months in a row. I mean, guys, look at Ethereum. Ethereum has not gone down 5 months in a row since 2018. Okay, 7 years ago, you haven't had a dip like this. Okay, the bigger the dip, the bigger the rip. Okay, so they're just flushing all of the sheep out, all of the retail. Okay, they're getting rid of you guys. Okay, not you guys, because you guys are sitting here watching and we know what's going on here. But they are flushing the retail out right now. They want you guys out of the markets. They want you to sell so they can buy. Smart money can only buy if retail is selling. Okay, and smart money can only sell if retail is buying. Okay, they want you to buy when everyone's excited and sell when everybody's crying. Okay, someone in the chat just said, crypto makes me want to cry right now. Okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, it's all psychology. Markets always bounce back. We're going to get a bounce back. And the fact that all of these charts are down 4 or 5 months in a row, guys, it's an opportunity. Like I said, Ethereum hasn't gone down 4 or 5 months in a row since back here in 2018. That was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Trump. Yeah, my dog's name's Trump, by the way. And I'm kind of regretting naming him that right now. Okay? Oh, man. Okay, 7 years since Ethereum has dropped 5 months in a row. Okay, this is a historic dip. A historic dip. Okay, they want your crypto. Don't sell it to them here. Okay, if you're still in, if you're still in it, okay, don't sell down here. Just simply wait for the next round of dots. Okay, that green dot will come here eventually. That one on ETH came right there at 1,600. It went all the way up to 4,000. Simply wait, guys. Be patient. Be patient here. What else we got? Cetus. Okay, also down 5 months in a row. I don't know what this project does, but I wait for some macro time frames right there. Deep. Wait for the weekly or the monthly. Okay, Deep looks like a newer coin here as well. Not really sure what this thing does. You can't see the data yet on the weekly, but I would just wait for either a green candle on the weekly or a dot there. Total 3 from DV. Good request here, man. Total 3 is the total market cap of cryptocurrency minus Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, so again, we want that green dot on the monthly or the green dot on the weekly, and we're really close to the weekly here. Okay, this is like the altcoin market cap right here, folks. So I'm going to really like total 3 when we get the weekly confirmation, I think. Again, I think it's probably going to come at the end of April or May. That's my prediction of when you get the green dot on the weekly. Right there in September, it happened at 548 billion. It doubled. Okay, so wait for the confirmation there on the weekly or the monthly. EOS. EOS has a green dot here on the monthly. So we should actively be on the daily now looking for a pullback. So now that we have the monthly dot confirmation, right? Now that we have the macro time frame that's in our favor, now we can zoom into the smaller time frame. Now we can come over here, right, and go to the daily. Okay? Now we can look for the daily green dot. So now that we have the monthly confirmation, now we want to go to the daily and wait for a daily dot, meaning we want this to pull back. Because right now you can see the wave is very extended right here. Okay, EOS was the only crypto that was green to end yesterday. Okay, it was up like 20%. So that shows strength. So now let's wait for this thing to pull back and give us a green dot. That one's on the watch list. The next daily green dot will be called out over here inside the daily alerts inside the Discord here. Okay, that thing will be called out, and that thing actually was called out there on the monthly last night at 8:24 before its 20% move today. So EOS looks good. That one's on my watch list. That one looks really good. UPS is getting slaughtered here. I mean, I don't know what the hell this thing's doing, but I think it's a good company. I mean, they deliver packages. They're making $25 billion a quarter. They're in the gutter right now, dude. They're just getting rugged right now. So depending on, your time frame, I would just look to, I mean, it is putting in a double bottom right here. So you can play this daily dot today if you want, if you think we're going to bounce here. If you do, I would use a stop loss at 107. Okay. But right now, I mean, the monthly's still red and the weekly's still red. So wait for one of those macro time frames to print green there. Sweat. Sweat, I don't know, man. This thing looks like a rug pull to me. I don't like it. Unless you're talking about a stock. No, you're talking about a crypto. I don't know. I'd buy some better names than that. I focus on quality names, guys. Good quality projects, right? You can't go wrong with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, XLM, Ada Cardano. Okay, good quality projects. Okay, here's LCX also. Just waiting on the weekly or the monthly dot there. KAS. Okay, that one's red on the weekly now and still red on the monthly. So again, waiting on one of those confirmations. If you're in it, if you played the golden dot here, you want to use that low right there at 5.5 cents. 5.5 cents on the low. Nice range back to 20. Again, I don't know anything about this project, but if you're in it, if you played that golden dot, I would just look to buy it again on the next weekly green dot or the monthly. Okay, whichever one comes first. CTX. CTX is getting rugged too. I mean, this is just ugly. This is what you guys get for buying crappy projects, I guess. I'd wait for the weekly dot on CTX. I don't know anything about that project, so it could be the next Bitcoin, but I just don't know. Hey, cut it out. BLU. Blue. This thing looks like it's on the floor. Again, I don't know anything about these newer projects, guys. Buying new projects is always a risk because you don't know if they have any staying power. I like to look for coins that are at least a $10 billion market cap. Okay, get out. Come on. Go. Hold on. Let me stand up real quick. Oh. So which one's better? Sell confirmation of a red dot or the white dotted line? They're both good. So normally the stochastic will hit that first. I don't always like to sell my whole position, okay? But if you sell some right here, okay, it's never a bad idea, right? It's never a bad place to sell on that stochastic. I'm sorry, let me pull this over here. That's when that stochastic hits 100 is normally a good time, right? From 10 all the way up to 15. That was a 50% move, okay? You could have took some profit, sold 25, 50% of your position, re-entered on the green dot here, and then wait till we get that red dot in the red zone. Honestly, the best strategy, if you can wait, if you can have the patience, is to sell the red dot in the red zone. Okay, red dot in the red zone is the best place to sell. Okay, just like it did there on Chainlink at $30, it's all the way back at 13 now. Okay, so if you have the patience to wait till price retracts up into the red zone. This is where you want to sell on the fib. And when I talk about the red zone, I'm talking about it on the daily here. Jose for XYZ. This is block. This thing's getting murdered too here. Just getting frickin' the smack down here. Okay, weekly looks like it's trying to turn. I'd wait for the weekly dot. That monthly dot probably looks like it wants to come here shortly. This thing's very, very oversold. Okay, they missed their earnings by a lot. They're still making about $6 billion a quarter. I would buy this thing on a green dot on the weekly. That's how I would play XYZ. Algorand. Algorand, yeah, just needs that weekly confirmation. Wait for the weekly here on Algorand. Again, that monthly one came right there at 12 cents. It went all the way up to 65. The last weekly dot came back here in November of 2024 at around 6-7 cents. That thing went all the way up to 60. What else we got? Let's go to IBRX. IBRX needs a green monthly, or that one's probably got the weekly. So that one's got the weekly. It looks like a penny stock, though. So again, I'd be careful. I would use a stop loss right here at the previous lows at 270 if I was playing this one. 270 again. I'm not a big penny stock guy, though. 270 is your stop loss. We got stocks from Jay Heasy, another great name here. Income Realty. This one has a green monthly. So we want to actively be looking for entries here on the daily chart. I would be holding this position here. Again, we want to enter the day of the green dot right there. You got in right there at 55. I would put a stop loss on this trade right here at $55. Okay, 55, call it 55.50 for the stop loss there. We got STX. Oh, we got another one called Main, MAIN for the stock. This one is red on the monthly. So it's trying to bounce here. If you're holding this one, got the green dot here today, you need a stop loss right here. I'd put it right there at the previous low at $54. Not a lot of range back up there to the red line. So pretty risky play here on Main. Okay, definitely use a stop loss at 54. STX for the crypto. This is another one that's just getting hammered here. Again, 5 months down in a row. This thing has never dropped. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It dropped 5 months in a row back here. And then what happened? We did the Ripski. Okay, that's what happened. So this one's way down here on the monthly. I really like STX. I think it's a good quality, solid project here. It's got a green weekly, so you guys can start a position here. But what I would do is, I would wait. Anytime something goes down 5 months in a row on a monthly chart, guys, it is time to start nibbling. Okay, we're right back down here to the low where we were back here in September at around 40 cents. This thing went all the way up to $4. That was a 10x trade. So I think it's a great place to be owning STX down here again. We're swing traders. If it goes down 10% tomorrow, we don't care. We're 1 to 6 months out on all investments. What I would do to be sure is wait for that green dot confirmation here on STX, but that one's getting really close. Again, I'm thinking we kick off altcoin season in May or June after this big dip. Again, we've never dipped 5 months in a row on this asset since back here in 2022. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rip. Okay, so we're close. We're really close on that one. GME, we covered. RGTI, we covered. Ethereum. We covered Ethereum? I'm pretty sure we covered Ethereum. Okay, again, Ethereum, another name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months down. We haven't dipped 5 months before since 2018. Okay, 7 years ago. Price was $100. We did the Ripski directly afterwards. So if you guys are selling down here, you're going to be sorry. You're going to be really, really sorry here in the next few months. So we're already getting a little bounce here off of the quote unquote dip. Again, we're holding on to that $1,700 level very, very nicely. We did have a green dot to start the day today on the weekly, but it faded away on that dip. So again, waiting for confirmation of a green dot. The last green dot on the monthly came right here in November at around the same price, and we went up to 4,000. So wait for that confirmation there. Same thing with the weekly. We got that green dot right there on the weekly right there at 2,200. Thing went all the way up to 4,000. Okay, dipped back, just waiting for that. And that did show up today. I made a TikTok on it, but it faded after the Trump dump. So again, wait for the confirmation on the weekly or the monthly to play Ethereum here. What else we got? Thank you for the roses, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, Joe. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, you guys got any chart requests here on the TikTok? XCN. We already covered XCN. We got VChain here. VChain here. Again, just wait for that weekly confirmation. Either the weekly or the monthly dot is what we're waiting for on VChain. I think this is a good quality project as well. Very, very good project. Okay, I'd look to buy VChain on the next green dot. The last green dot we got here on the weekly was right here in November at around 2 cents, which is just where we're sitting right now. Thing did the ripski all the way to the top. We got Tempest AI. If you guys could just call out the tickers. I think I know this one. It's TEM. If you guys just could, just type the ticker in if you guys got a request. Nice move this week on TEM. Okay, that's a big old candle today. Okay, I'd wait for that weekly confirmation. If you're going to play this one here, okay, we got these daily dots back here in March. That was around $44. So if you're in the position, what I do is use a stop loss at 44. Okay, and then let it ride. Watch for a green dot there tomorrow if this thing decides to move. Nancy Pelosi was buying this one right around here at 44. This is where she bought it. Thing did the ripski after that. So Tempest AI, I like it. I just want to see confirmation on the weekly there. Monthly doesn't have any data yet, but if you're going to play it, okay, use the stop loss right there at 44. DJT, Donald J. Trump. I seen they had some new. Did they have news? No, they're just selling off. Okay, this one had the golden dot right here at around, the price was around 18. So it's literally sitting at the same price we got the golden dot on. I would just look to buy it again on the daily. Okay, this thing moves really fast when it decides to go. You can see we sold off, sold off, sold off. We had this green weekly dot here in September of 2024 at $15. This thing did the ripski. Okay, went from 15 all the way up there to 55 and then sold off. So I'd wait for the weekly dot on DJT. The weekly dot on DJT is where you're going to want to buy it again. I currently have a position on it, and I'm just looking to average down again when I see that weekly dot right there on the chart. Okay, that came at 15. Again, it went all the way up to 55. That was a 250% move right there. Okay, so just wait for the confirmation. Again, the deeper the wave, the better. The deeper the wave, the better. I see one from Rudy J. I'm taking requests from TikTok right now. So if you guys got them on TikTok, drop them right there inside of the chat. I'm happy to answer you guys' requests. You guys keep them, as long as you guys keep them coming. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Friday is going to be the watch list. Okay, the watch list is where I go over the names that I'm looking to buy throughout the week. That is always on Friday. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Friday. We're live at 4 p.m. Pacific time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's about 5:30 right now Pacific time. So we started this live about an hour and a half ago. You guys can watch the replay if you guys missed some coverage over here inside the Discord under this latest tab right here inside the Discord. You guys can watch every single live stream. Every single replay gets posted right over here. So check that out. And again, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now on every platform: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. We're there. Okay. FET. This one still needs the weekly. Well, that one does got the weekly confirmation there. So yeah, we would be looking to buy this one on the monthly now. Okay. If you entered on the weekly dot, look to average down again on the monthly. But again, another name that's dropped 5 months in a row. Last time it dropped 5 months in a row, it did the ripski. Okay. So all we need is that monthly confirmation that we're going higher. Again, the last weekly dots came back here in this territory at around 87, went all the way up to 230. Okay, before that, if you were buying these ones back here at 26, obviously it went up to like $3. So I like any crypto right now. If you guys are a true swing trader right now, if you guys are like willing to wait 1 to 6 months on your investments, I think these prices are stupid. Okay, stupid prices right now, ridiculous prices right now. Just absolutely insane. Okay. And again, we're not buying for tomorrow's price or next week's price or the price after that or the week after that, right? We're buying for prices 1 to 6 months down the road. Okay. After this, go to a monthly chart on TradingView and just look at all of your cryptocurrencies and see what happened the last time we dropped 5 months in a row. I could show you right here on FET right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ripski. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's coming next? Okay, you guys know. You guys know what's coming next. Okay, the Ripski. And all you got to do is be patient right now. That's all you got to do. Not listen to the noise. Don't be listening to Donald Trump and what he's saying, what he's doing. Okay, who gives a shit? Let's look at the charts. Okay, just tell me when the dot comes, and that's when we buy, and that's when we hold. Okay, MU here. MU doesn't look bad. Okay, doesn't look bad. We just need that confirmation. Okay, the last time the monthly dot came on MU was at $47. It went all the way up to 150 there. Okay, what's this one doing on the weekly? So this one's just really choppy right now. Chop, 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 chop. I would set a stop loss on this one at $80 if I was in the play. $80 needs to hold here on MU. And what I would be doing is waiting for a monthly dot to buy it. Okay, this last monthly dot came here in January 2023, like I said, around 50, 60 bucks. Boom, all the way up to 130. Congratulations. Beautiful trade there. Just wait on that confirmation. This is a chip maker, and they have really good earnings. They're like $8 billion a quarter. So huge company there. What else we got here? Let's go back to the Discord. Let's go here. We've covered a lot of these names. So if you guys want to watch the replay, you guys can watch that over there inside the Discord. Wow, we got a lot of chart requests. RNDR, we covered. Ethereum, we covered. Chainlink. Did we cover Chainlink? Pretty sure we covered Chainlink. Okay, this is my largest position right now, and I'm just waiting to average down on the green dot. Okay, I'm waiting for a monthly green dot or a weekly green dot to average down. Again, the last weekly green dot we got down here was back here in September at $10. It went all the way up to 30. So I'm either waiting for the weekly signal or the monthly signal over here. Weekly or the monthly signal there on Chainlink. QNT. QNT. Also, just wait for the weekly or the monthly signal. Okay, the monthly signal came right here at around 55. It went all the way up to 180. Okay, beautiful move. Let's just wait for the weekly. Again, the last weekly one came right there, November 11th at 66. It went all the way up to 180. So wait for the weekly or the monthly to play QNT there. If you're in it, just look to average down at that level. Pepsi. Here's a stock. Pepsi's green there on the weekly. Still red on the monthly, but I mean, that wave is way down there. The last time Pepsi's wave was all the way down here on the monthly was back here in 2009 at 50 bucks, and it did the ripski. Okay, look at that. If you didn't see it, all the way back there in 2009. That was 15 years ago. The blue wave was all the way down here on the monthly chart. Okay, 15 years ago. So I think Pepsi's solid right now. I think it's a great play. I put a stop loss right there at 140. 140. What else you guys got? Any more requests here from TikTok? TikTok. Cardano. I think we covered Cardano. Cardano needs a weekly or a monthly dot to average down. Okay, it's got a red dot here on the monthly, but we got that golden dot back there in March. Okay, that is the most bullish indication you can get on a daily chart, and we're just going sideways. You take away that big Trump pump that we got that one day, we've literally just been range bound here from 80 all the way down here to 50. We're just bouncing in this range. So I'd look to buy ADA again on a daily or a weekly dot. I think the weekly dot will be the signal. Again, last time this blue wave was down here was in November at 33 cents. It went all the way up there to $1.30. So waiting on that confirmation there on the weekly, and the monthly is red. So we need to bounce here in April. Okay, that red dot could fade away here throughout the month. Again, we got another 28 days in April. So we have 28 days to pump and get rid of that dot. So we'll see what happens on Cardano. But if you're in the position, right, I'd just be looking to average down, buy more on the next weekly or daily dot that comes. Yep, alts are bouncing. Yep, we're getting a little bounce here. Everyone's freaking out. We're still at the same. We're still in the same range as we were a few weeks ago. Look at Chainlink. We were lower 3 weeks ago. We were at $11 3 weeks ago. We're at 13 now. Okay, everyone's panicking right now, running. What are you running from, dude? What are you running from? You either believe in the project that you're buying or you don't. And if you believe in the project right now, you're getting extremely discounted prices on what you're buying right now. Just massive discounts if you're a crypto investor right now. It's a lot better to buy right now than it is right back in December, right? If you're buying, let's look at XRP here. Okay, if you're buying XRP up here when everyone's screaming about it, okay, at $3, not a good place, right? How do we know that? We're in the red zone. This is when we know that things are overbought. Things are they're running hot, okay? Red dot, sell it, okay? Now everyone's freaking out. Now you should be looking to buy, okay? We don't want to buy when everyone's excited. We want to buy when everybody's, not having a good time. Everyone's screaming bear market, bear market, bear market. Now is the time to be looking for entries, okay? When nobody else is excited. And XRP, again, we're just waiting on those macro signals. We need either a weekly or a monthly dot, okay, to play here. Weekly or a monthly dot. And this is a massive falling wedge here on the monthly chart. So I think the next weekly dot we get on XRP is going to be an excellent buying opportunity. That will be called out over here in the weekly alerts when XRP prints here. TAO. Okay, another one everyone was super excited about. Okay, everyone's super excited about this one up here at 700. No one's talking about it down here at 200. So again, we want to wait for the macro timeframes to print. Wait for a weekly or a monthly. You can't see the monthly data, but wait for the weekly dot to average down on your position. And again, I wouldn't be selling down here. I would be holding, looking to buy more. 56 diamonds. What does that even mean? What are diamonds on TikTok? Can someone explain that to me? Can someone explain what diamonds are on TikTok to me? Baba, B-A-B-A. Okay, so this one's been running really hot too. Okay, I would set a stop loss on this one right here at 127. Again, it's up here in the red zone. We want to sell the red dots inside of the red zone. Right, the green dot was called out right here on the monthly, right here at $82. It went all the way up to 180. So Chinese stocks have been performing very well. Who knows how well they're going to perform with a 54% tariff slapped on them from old Daddy Trump. So I got to imagine these are probably going to sell off tomorrow because, I mean, they're screwed, right? Unless China comes to the negotiating table, they ain't got a leg to stand on. So that's just what it is. So I would be careful on Baba here, and I would set a stop loss at 126. Okay, 126 on the stop loss. It does have a monthly green dot, but again, it's up here in the red zone. We don't want to buy in the red zone. We want to buy pullbacks. Arden, he said, "Damn, I had calls. Might file for bankruptcy tomorrow." On Baba or what? Baidu. It'll be interesting to see how we open up. Okay, after hours doesn't mean anything. Baidu's another Chinese company here. It does have a green dot here on the monthly chart, so I would be looking to buy the next daily dot. But again, I don't know how these Chinese stocks are going to react tomorrow to that tariff news. I mean, they're paying a 54% premium on what they were paying yesterday on their products being sold in the United States. Again, the United States is the best economy in the world. We buy everybody's shit, right? I mean, no offense, but we waste all our money, right? We're a consumer society. We just want stuff. Buy. Okay. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think China's going to have to come, to the negotiating table with Trump if they want to do something. But personally, right, I would see how we open up. But the fact that we have a green dot here on the monthly chart is a good sign on Baidu. What I would be doing on Baidu is just waiting for the daily dot. And that daily dot will be called out over there inside of the Discord. So wait for that confirmation. It'll be interesting to see how those react tomorrow. KULR. Still red on the weekly, still red on the monthly. Okay, wait for one of those confirmations. Okay, big level to watch is $1. Make sure that thing holds $1 if you're in the position. And if you want, look to buy more on the green dot on the daily. But $1 needs to hold here on KULR. And they're pretty small. That's a penny stock there, so be careful. XRP we covered, XLM we covered, VET we covered, HBAR we covered, Algorand we covered, SoFi. SoFi, weekly. We need a weekly dot. Monthly chart's trying to turn here. So big level to watch on SoFi is going to be right there at $10.79. I put a stop loss right there at 10.70, and watch for the green dot if you want to buy it there on the daily. Weekly dot would also be a great confirmation, but I don't like to buy names that are red on the monthly because that just means that the name can go against you. Again, we called SoFi's green dot out here on the monthly at $7.50. It went all the way up to around 20 bucks. That was around a 200% move off of that dot. So let's be patient on SoFi and wait. If you're in the position, I would definitely set a stop loss here at around 10.70. That's that low right there. A-Firm from TikTok. A-Firm. Okay, that one got a green dot there today. I would just watch 42. This one's also red here on the monthly. It's got a green candle, but red on the monthly. Nice green candle to start the week. Okay, if you play in this position, you want these lows to hold. Okay, if these lows break, we're going lower. $42 is a stop loss. A-Firm's another one. We called the green dot out here in August at 27. It went all the way to 81 for about a 250% move. So wait for the green dot there on the monthly. And yeah, if you're playing the daily here, what I would do is use a stop loss at $42.50. WGO. Winnebago. It's camping season. Okay. Wait for that green dot there on the monthly. Okay. Weekly's green, so that looks good. Winnebago, $660 million a quarter ain't too bad. It's got a daily and a weekly. What I want to see is the monthly, though. So if you're playing that, I would use a stop loss at 33 bucks on WGO. Okay, that's that low. You can see we're just consolidating right now. Just consolidating, going sideways. So watch $33.50. I'd put a stop loss right there at $33.50. Coin we covered, SMCI we covered again. If you guys missed the replay or missed the coverage, just come over here to the Discord under the latest tab over here. Okay, and you guys can watch all the replays over here on YouTube. I just, for time's sake, I just don't want to cover multiple names twice here. So, yeah. What else we got? Holy smokes, we got alerts over here, man. Oh, we got eBay. eBay's up in the red zone. I'd sell eBay here. Amazon, we covered. Walmart. Amazon's another one where tariffs could affect them with the China stuff because everyone buys their stuff from China to sell on Amazon. So, yeah, Walmart's also red here on the monthly. I would sell Walmart here as well. They're probably going to get hit hard off those tariffs too. FXP. I don't know what this thing does. Looks like it's the, oh, this is the short, meaning you're going short China here. That's got a green dot on the monthly. I actually like this play. I actually like it. You just want it to hold on to 1050 there. Okay, but that does have a green dot there on the monthly. Last time I got that was back here in, what was that, March of 2021. It went all the way up to 74. So this is like you're being short on China stocks, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, China's going to get hit hard, guys. Again, you saw that news cross over here. U.S. Senate votes to terminate President Trump's tariffs on Canada. That's interesting. $300 million liquidated from cryptocurrency in the last 4 hours. Again, this is huge. Okay. I mean, China has got to do something to get rid of this. So I think China's already on the phone with Trump probably right now saying, hey, what do we got to do? You know, because I mean, these companies are going to get screwed. I mean, if it wasn't for America buying all their shit, China wouldn't be anything right now. I mean, I need to be careful what I'm saying here on TikTok, but yeah. So Trump's probably already on the phone with old boy right now. And again, no disrespect to anybody or any country or anything like that, but yeah, 54% tariffs. I mean, that's like a 54% tax that you weren't paying yesterday. So FLR, again, wait for the weekly. Last weekly dot that came was right here at about, well, the price we're sitting at, and it went all the way up to 4 cents. So I think this one looks good. I'd look to play this one on the weekly. And again, 5 months down is normally a great opportunity to buy your asset that you want to go long on. We got Pepe. Yep. Trump leveraging China to sell TikTok. Yep. I seen that was part of his negotiation. He said he'd be easier on the tariffs if they sold TikTok over to the US. So, uh, yeah, he's strong arming them for sure. Pepe's looking like it's trying to reverse here. Got the green dot there on the weekly. So I still like Pepe here as long as we hold on to that 0.0005 level. I think Pepe looks good at these levels. Again, everyone's talking about Pepe up here in the red zone. Everyone's excited about it. Everyone's, oh my God, it's a frog. Everyone's having a good time. And now nobody's talking about it down here. So I like Pepe a lot more down here than I did up here. Okay, I'll tell you that. But again, I still don't know too much about the project. All I know is it's a very popular meme coin. How I'd play this now that you got the weekly dot is I'd play the daily. So watch for the daily dot. If you want to enter on it, if you're in the position, I'd just be holding down here, right? Holding, wait until we come back up here and get a red dot there. Okay, back up here in the red zone on the daily. Just patience here. AVAX we covered, HBAR we covered, AMD we covered. We got Okta. Okay, this was another banger that we called out. This one was back here in December. Again, price was 75. It went all the way up to 120. Beautiful trade. Weekly's coming down pretty hard here. So it's coming right there into that 9 EMA. So I play Okta. Again, we got the green dot on the monthly. So we're looking for pullbacks on the daily. We got about a 5-day pullback here. Looks like it's trying to bounce here off 100. So what I would do is I would wait for a green dot here for confirmation. If we get a green dot, it's still pretty close to the red zone here. So it's not my favorite trade right now. But if it's going to continue on, it's going to hold on to that $100 level. So I would say buy the next green dot and use a stop loss at 100. As long as it holds on to 100, the Okta trade is still on. I don't know that I'd buy it up here. I just continue to hold it probably with a stop loss there at 100. Because again, guys, we were buying this thing back here in December at 75, 80 bucks. Okay, it's up at 105 now. You're already up 30%. So no need to buy up here in the red zone. I just play the continuation if you're in it. If you want to buy it, right, just use a stop loss right there at 100. BBAI we covered. CRO, I believe we covered CRO. Yeah, we covered CRO. CRO, the trade's still on here, folks. The trade is still on. We're still above 10 cents. We got this weekly dot right here back on March 17th at 7 cents. We got the golden dot back here at 7 cents as well. Okay, two great buy signals right there. I think CRO is going back to 20 cents. Okay, easy. Okay, look at that monthly chart. The monthly chart's even turning. I think you might even see a monthly dot on CRO here by the end of April. So CRO is still a solid hold. Solid hold. If you want to set a stop loss, I'd put it right there at 9 cents. Okay, you were in if you bought the golden dot right here at 9 cents. Or I'm sorry, 7 cents. Okay, so you're already up 30, 40% on your trade if you entered there. Okay, so 9 cents I'd put as the stop loss there on CRO. Link we covered. Dodge we covered. UMC from Detroit over there in the Discord. Let me sit back down real quick. UMC had a big move the other day here. What's that? Let me sit back down. Ugh. Okay, that had a nice move off its daily dot right there. I'd just be watching $6 on this if you're in this one. That was off the monthly. And yeah, the daily had a big pump. I don't know what this thing did the other day, but it was up like 30%. So not really sure what this thing is or what it does, but I would use a stop loss right there at the previous low, which is right there at 640. 640 on the stop loss there. We got TGT Target. Target, I still think is very undervalued here. My wife just absolutely loves Target. That's got a green weekly there. The monthly chart way down here. I mean, this thing's at like lows from 2020 back in the COVID dip. Okay, before it went parabolic. I think it's sitting at a great price. So I'd be buying Target again. That one also gave us the golden dot as well back there a couple weeks ago. Again, these guys are making $30 billion a quarter, guys. They're not going anywhere. These guys are a solid company. Okay, solid company. They're going to be around forever. Women love shopping at Target. Okay, that's never going to change. So I don't care what their political stance is. They're still making $30 billion a quarter. You know how much $30 billion is? It's a lot of freaking money, and they make it every 4 months. So I think they can stand a little bit of up and down here. Okay, and that one had a green dot there on the daily. So I still like Target as long as it can hold on to 100. Not to mention there could probably be some effects from the tariffs as well. So watch that one. If you're playing it, I would use a stop loss at $100. Hype liquid. This one here on the monthly. Here, let me try something here on the chat really quick. Let me hide that. Is that better for you guys? Is that better? Let's go over here. Boom. That looks better. How do you guys like that on TikTok? Does that look better? Does that look better hiding the chat there? You guys like that more? Good. Okay. We'll hide the chat. Screw the chat. Okay. If you guys want the chat, just tap in. Let's see here. Widescreen. Yeah, I'll try a horizontal live tomorrow. Again, I'm using a new streaming software, so I tried the vertical today. I'll try the horizontal one tomorrow, or I'm sorry, on Friday. We'll see how that works out. Everyone on YouTube seemed to not like that very much. Jose says it looks better. Okay, cool. Cool. See if I can hide this ticker. Let me actually zoom out a little bit here. One sec. Let me fix this real quick. I want to see if I can hide that ticker real quick. Labels, symbol name. Okay. Actually, that actually wasn't too bad to have in there. Just because. You can't see the price, though. So, yeah. Okay. So this is Hype, HYPE. This is a crypto. Again, just looks like a new coin. So hard to get any data on this. Looks like it's still falling here. So on the daily, I just wait for a daily green dot if you want to play it. But looks like a rug pull to me. Again, I don't know anything about the project. You should know about the project before you buy it. I'd wait for a daily because we simply do not have data on the weekly or the monthly yet, just because it's too new of a coin. So the daily is going to be where you're getting your data. Looks like we got a green dot back here at 14. It's sitting at 12 now. So if you want to average down, just wait for that daily confirmation there. What else we got? BTC.D. This is Bitcoin dominance sitting at 62. One thing I want to say about Bitcoin dominance is it is very, very overbought up here. We're in the red zone. Okay. This is why I think altcoin season's about to pop off, folks. I mean, this thing is just extremely overbought at the moment. Okay. What we need is a big dip like this. Okay. That's what'll kick off altcoin season. This thing's just been toying with us, and it looks like it wants to print a red dot here pretty soon. So we're really close. We are really, really close to this thing collapsing. And when it does, that's normally when altcoins start to go to the freaking moon. So this is a good sign at how overbought this thing is right now. QQQM. It's the NASDAQ 100 ETF. This one tried to bounce here today. Again, no telling where we're going to open up tomorrow here. But the weekly chart right down here below zero is normally a really good place to be a buyer. Last time we got a green dot down here was back here at 150. This thing did the ripski all the way up there. So wait for that green dot there on the weekly QQQM. We got the VIX. Good call outs here, man. I love these good requests. The VIX is the volatility index. So obviously markets have been very, very volatile. My guess is this thing should be up in the morning again. We can open up green tomorrow. I mean, it doesn't matter what we do after hours. What matters is where we open. So the VIX, if we can get back down below 20, that's going to be really good for the markets. But when this thing goes up, normally markets will be going down. So watching 20 here on the VIX, we need to break back down below that tomorrow. That would be a great sign for the market. But as of right now, the dot is green on the daily and the weekly. So like I said, we want to see this thing break down below 20. If we break down below 20, you're going to see the markets absolutely fly. Okay, but if we break up above 24 tomorrow, you're going to see some more blood in the streets. So 24 and 20 are the levels to watch there on the VIX. Do I think Bitcoin will go lower than 80? I mean, that's its major support. I mean, it's major support for Bitcoin. You can see right here, okay, that 9 EMA there. You see that? This 9 EMA, that orange line on my screen, that is normally where we bounce in a bull market. So when we touch it is normally when we bounce in a bull market. See, we touched it right there. We touched it right there. We touched it right there. And you could see that that major support level is 80,000 right there. So do I think it'll hold? I can't say for sure. But what I do know is if we lose that, things could get bloody, because when we lose the 9 is normally when things get really, really ugly. So that's when we normally will go into a bear market. So as long as we're above the 9, we're in a bull market. I don't care what anybody says. This is still a bull market. Okay, no matter how much we've dipped, okay, over the last couple of months, this is still a bull market. So I got a stop loss. If you're trading Bitcoin, I would put the stop loss right there at 79. If 79 breaks, or I'd say probably 76, 77. Okay, if 77 breaks, the bull market is over. Okay, it's over. But as of right now, we're hanging on to that 9 EMA like a freaking champ at the moment. Jason says, I like the way it was in the past. Better view of your entire screen. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to try the vertical stream to see how it is. YouTube sucks. TikTok seems to like it. TikTok's on fire. TikTok's freaking smashing right now. Okay, I got a request here for H-bar. H-bar's still green here with a green candle on the monthly. And again, the weekly, we just need that weekly dot. Wait for the weekly dot there on on H-bar. Okay, the last weekly dot we got was back here in November. That was at 5 cents. It went all the way up there to 39. Pi, I haven't seen this one in a while. Pi's just getting rugged right now. So it's too new of a coin for me to really have any data on it. But I know there's a lot of miners and stuff in this project. So with that green dot there, I mean, anything can happen, right? 50 cents is the level you want to watch. I'd look to buy it at 50 if you want to buy more. UPS, we covered NVIDIA from Jose. What's going on, my brother? My brother from another mother. Okay. So level I'm watching on NVIDIA is $100. $100 on NVIDIA. As long as that can hold, we're fine. You got an hourly big green dot coming in there on CRO. Again, these time frames are very oversold right now, the shorter time frame. So that's a good sign there. But NVIDIA, if you're playing NVIDIA, just watch that $100 level. And the daily, I just look to buy it again on the next daily green dot. Okay, right now we're just bouncing. We're just consolidating, trying to put in a double bottom right here at 103. So if you're in the trade, I'd set a stop loss at 100 or look to buy it again at 100. But if you're in it, I would actually look to buy it on a weekly, a monthly or a weekly green dot, whichever one comes first there on the video. Again, both of those will be called out. You guys can't even see my alert section here, but we have an alert section over here in the Discord that you can't see right now, but that will be called out. And the video will be called out in the monthly and the weekly section over there in the Discord. Just chilling, bro. Just chilling, hanging. Ready to get some dinner. God bless you, Milla. What else we got here? Chart requests. Let's see if I can drag. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, the weekly alerts are called out over here in the Discord. Weekly, monthly, daily, and those golden dot alerts as well. So, yeah, NVIDIA will print, and when it does, we will call it out. I'd wait for the weekly or the monthly on that. What else we got? Let's get through some more of these member requests over here. And again, if you guys aren't a member of the Discord, you guys can join up by clicking on this Become a Member tab over here. There's a link right here. It's about $4 a month. We have over 1,500 members now over there in the Discord. That'll get you access to all of this stuff here. All you got to do is click on this link and it will get you access to pretty much everything over there. And it's about $4 a month if you pay for the entire year in full. We'd love to have you on the squad. Algorand, we covered. Redfin, RDFN. Redfin. Okay, that one's got a green dot there on the monthly. I think these guys were just acquired by somebody pretty big. So if you want to buy this one, use the stop loss at $9. My target on that would be at the top of the red line right there at 14. Again, every time the price comes and hits that red line, just like it did right here, okay, great time to sell it. Okay, great time to sell it. Okay, so boom, target on 14 there. And that's what we're watching. Are you guys still here? Sorry, man. This new stuff is tripping me out here. Are you guys still here? Are we still live? Are we still live, guys? Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. For some reason, my chat just like completely went away over here in the Discord. What else we got? Snapchat. This has been one of my worst trades of the year. Just getting absolutely freaking annihilated on Snapchat. But hey, it is what it is. It's very oversold right now. That's what I could say. I mean, I still think this is a great company. They have one of the largest social media followings, right? The most active users, like 300 billion a day. But look at that. They're beating their earnings, beating their earnings, beating their earnings. The problem is their revenue's not growing. So my prediction with Snapchat is they're either going to get bought out by Facebook or somebody, right? Facebook or Google or somebody. They're going to get bought out, or they're going to figure it out. I'm still holding my Snapchat position. I'm just looking to average down on a weekly green dot. I want to see the weekly and the monthly green dot show up. Again, the wave has not been this far down here since back in 2022. Price was $7. It went all the way up to 17. So I'm waiting for a weekly dot to average down on my position here on Snapchat. AI, this one looked good today. It had the weekly green dot show up here. Again, I still think this one's at a great price. This is a good AI stock here. $20 is still my stop loss here on AI. Okay, $20 still looks solid here on AI. Target's going to be all the way up there at 43. Again, you should have been selling this one. Okay, back up here against the red line back in December. It's sold all the way off to the green line. So like I've been talking about, just like how we want to sell up against this red line, we want to buy up against the green line here on the daily. So this one has the green candle on the weekly, or the green dot on the weekly, and a green candle on the monthly. Okay, and it's also bouncing on that fib. So I still really like AI here with a stop loss right there at $20. Iron, this is an energy company, I believe. Got the green dot there on the daily today. Weekly chart looks like it wants to print here anytime. The last time we got a weekly green dot was right there in September at $7.80. It went all the way up there to 16. So waiting on that green dot confirmation here on Iron. This is an energy company there. And again, that will be called out. I think that this one's not on the watch list. Interesting. Let me put that one on the watch list real quick. I'll add that one into our alerts. But that one looks good. I think that green dot's going to come here probably in the next couple of weeks. And you can see every time it comes, it does the ripski. What else we got? SENS. Monthly is green, so we're looking at the daily here, looking to buy on these green dots. That last one came at 50 cents, went all the way up to 70. This is a penny stock though, so I don't really mess with penny stocks, guys. I just watch 60 cents on that one. Okay, watch 60 cents. Why does YouTube have all the exact same setup as TikTok? This shouldn't be happening. I'm not sure what you mean, brother. Not sure what you mean, my friend. I'm live on multiple platforms. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. We're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. So you guys get to pick which one you want to tune in on here. I see one for Pepe in the chat. Pepe. Okay, Pepe, I think, is still a buy down here. Again, everyone's excited about it up here. Okay, everyone's having a good time, screaming about it up here. No one's talking about it up down here. Okay, what do we call that? What do we call this zone up here? Okay, this is the greed zone. Okay, if you go over here to the cheat sheet in the Discord, this is when everybody's having a good old time, right? Everybody's just freaking out. Okay, up here. Oh, yeah, Pepe. It's a frog, right? And now what happened? Well, now we had this big despair dip, and now everybody's forgotten about it. Nobody's talking about it, right? Nobody's excited about it anymore. So personally, I mean, if you want to own Pepe for the long term, I think right here, right now is a great time to be buying it, especially with that weekly green dot. You can see that weekly green dot came back here in September of 2024 at around the same price, and it went all the way up to that 3-cent price. So I still think it looks really good. I still think Pepe looks really good. I'd be a buyer of Pepe down here. Okay. And again, we're 1 to 6 months out. So if Pepe goes down 5% tomorrow, don't be yelling at me. Okay. We're waiting. Okay. Wait until this wave gets back up here and gives us a red dot. Wait until we get back up here on the daily. Okay. In the red zone, this is where we want to be selling. Okay. The golden zone down here is where we want to be buying. So I'd be a buyer of Pepe at these levels. What else we got? Anyone else got requests here on TikTok? 69 diamonds. What are the diamonds on TikTok? Can somebody tell me what the diamonds are? Can somebody tell me what those diamonds are? SEI. SEI. Can someone tell me what the diamonds are on TikTok? I have no idea what those things do. No clue. Anyone? SEI, we're waiting for the macro timeframes. Again, this thing has dipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row. Okay. Probably a great time to be buying the asset if you're long on it. Okay. What I would wait for is a green dot there on the weekly or a green dot where you can't see the monthly data. So I'd wait for the green weekly dot here. Hey, Lucy, what are you chewing on? God dang it. Son of a bitch. 1 second. Ah, little fuckers. Goddamn dogs. You sons of bitches. They just chewed up one of my favorite workout not toys, but damn it. I can't wait till my wife gets back tomorrow. Dang it. Had an exercise ball. You're done. When I get off this, you're done. You're screwed. Yeah, you're not going to be having a good time. Okay. Out. Get out. It's over for you. Okay. No treats tonight. You're screwed. SEI, again, weekly dot. That's where I'd play that one again. If you bought right here, just simply average down on the next one here. Dang it. Those damn dogs. Okay. Again, similar pattern forming here. You had 2 green dots and then a rip on SEI. So I would just, again, be patient, wait for the next weekly, and I would play that. Price I could buy BABA. The price is in the red zone. Last time I was in the red zone, you discussed. Yeah, I wouldn't buy BABA up here. I just wouldn't buy it. Coin we covered. ASML. ASML's selling off really hard. Okay, this is when I would wait for that monthly confirmation. The last time we got a green dot on the monthly was back here in November at $4.70, or sorry, $470. It went all the way up to 1,000. So just wait for that green dot confirmation there. It looks like it's trying to bounce here at around 640. Hey. Oh, I'm going to beat these dogs after this. I'm going to beat them. They know better than that. I was going to lock them in their cage too. ILM1. I don't know what this thing is. Looks like a German stock. I'd use a stop loss right there at 1122. 1122 on the stop. Get out. Out. 1122 on the stop there. That green dot looks like it wants to come here. Out. Yeah, watch 1122. Not my favorite looking chart there. That don't look too good. KVYO. That one's trying to bounce there on the monthly. I'd wait for the weekly here. Weekly dot, $28. Just wait for the weekly on KVYO. We got dot, polka dot. Still sitting at $4. I still like this one. Again, the lows from last time were all the way back down here at 360. We're literally sitting right at the lows from November here in August of 2024 before we did the big pump. So again, better to buy down here than it is right up here. This thing went all the way up to around $12. So if you want to buy this one, I would just continue to hold it. I think you can stake this one for like 10%, 10% on Coinbase. So just watch 360. Moon River from TikTok here. That one still red there on the monthly. I'd wait for that confirmation there. It's got a red here on the weekly. So again, I think they're just trying to flush everybody out right now. They are trying to flush everybody out. So I just continue to hold. If you want to average down on it, that one also got a golden dot back there. That's a good sign. If you want to average down or buy it again, wait for the daily on this one. Okay, now that the weekly is green here. Monthly still don't got that confirmation, but I would definitely use a stop loss around 5. If you get a green dot here in the next couple of days, I'd buy it again. What else we got? Near, nice green candle here on the monthly. Okay, we got the golden dot on this one as well back here at around 240. It went all the way up to 320. Now it's pulling back. I'd look to buy this one again on the next daily green dot there on near. RNDR. RNDR, another one that got the golden dot. We're sitting at the same price we got the golden dot at here. So I still think RNDR is a solid play here. It looks good above 3. I believe it did have the weekly dot go off there and also the monthly as well. Monthly didn't go off yet, but the monthly hasn't came yet, but the weekly and the golden dot have. That tells me that this low right here at 250 is probably going to be the bottom here. So as of right now, we're just consolidating. So look to buy this one again on the next daily green dot here. Tilroy, the old pot stock here, huh? 65 cents, man. I remember when these things were a hoot back here. This thing was at like $300 back in 2018 when pot stocks became a thing. I'd wait for the monthly on that one. Weekly has it, but this thing's a penny stock now. I don't think any of those companies are even making money. How much did they make? 220 million last quarter, 65 cents. So penny stocks, guys, I'm not a big fan of, to be honest with you. I just don't play the penny stocks. I'd rather buy good quality projects. Here's ICP. That one had a green weekly last week. So I think we're really close on ICP too. Again, monthly dot will be the bottom. They're on ICP. So if you want to wait for the bottom, wait for the green dot. I think that's going to come either in May or June. Okay, May or June is when I think you're going to see the next round of monthly green dots for crypto. Okay, May or June. So I think it's a steal down here at $5 though. Absolute steal. POL, is that a Polygon? Polygon again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months down in a row. Again, anytime something drops 5 months like that, it's an absolute buying opportunity. I'd wait for the green dot there on the weekly. That one got the golden dot back here at 27, continued to fall. I don't know if this ecosystem is dead or what the deal is, but I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore. So I don't know. The fundamentals to me don't seem that strong. But if you believe in it, I mean, we've gone down for 5 months in a row. It's going to bounce eventually if it's going to stick around for a while. What indicators are one on the bottom? Yeah, so you can get all my indicators over here in the Discord. Just go over here to the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link, and everything will load directly into your chart. You'll get all the green and red dots. You'll get the Fibonacci zones, everything that I use on TradingView. It's my entire trading layout. Your screen will look exactly like my screen. That link's over here in the Discord. That link is in my bio. Just click on this link right here, and it takes a couple of clicks, and everything loads directly in there. ASPI. This one looks good. Nice green candle there on the monthly. Weekly green dot. I like this one. This one looks good. Looks like a penny stock as well. So if you're going to buy it, what you want to do is use a stop loss at $4. But that one looks like it's heading back up there to 9. That one looks good. We covered Chainlink. We covered ETH. If you guys want to catch the replay, just come over here to the Discord. The link to the replay will be dropped over there as well. I don't get any notifications for the weekly, daily, or the alerts from Discord. Anyone know how to fix it? I get other notifications, but no alerts. Sorry, old people problem. All those alerts are called out in these sections. I think if you want to set up an alert, I'm honestly not sure how to do that, my friend. You just got to kind of check here on a daily basis. You can log in the morning. You can get the daily dots. You can get the weekly dots, and you can get the monthly dots. They're all called out over here inside the Discord. So hit that support chat. Just go to support chat, drop that in there, and I could try to assist you further with that. QBTS. Okay, this one just looks overbought to me. I don't want to buy this one up here. These quantum stocks. Again, we should have been selling these quantum stocks up here, okay, in the red zone. That's where we should have been selling, taking profits. Red dot in the red zone means sell, okay? I'd either wait for the green dot confirmation here on the weekly or the monthly before I were to buy this, but that is very, very extended off. I'd like to buy this one closer to like $5. So wait for the bigger time frame to print there. We got PBPB, Potbelly Corporation. I just want to buy that one because of the name. Potbelly. That's awesome. Yeah, this one's just trying to bottom right there at around $8.80. I just use a stop loss there. Does look like it's trying to break out there. You can move your stop loss up a little bit more, maybe to $9. As long as that one holds 9, it looks good. I don't like the fact that the stochastic's touching that white dotted line, though. And we're red there on the monthly, and we're also red there on the weekly as well. Jose, would love to have you. Would love to have you guys. Yeah, if you guys want to become a member, just hit that Become a Member tab. Just click on this link. It's about $4 a month. We have 1,500 people over here inside the group. So we're all like-minded, right? We're all swing traders. We're not day traders. We're just looking for good opportunities to buy at cheap prices, and we're looking to sell when things get expensive and things run a little too hot. So, yeah, love to have you over there in the Discord. Where did we leave off? Wow, we got a lot of requests. We're going to keep it going. PBPB, TEM we covered, GME we covered, RGTI we covered, KULR we covered, DJT we covered, APDN. That one's green on the daily, but penny stock, I don't know. I can't see any data on it unless you're talking about a stock or a crypto. Nope. Yeah, I can't really see on my indicator there. That's too much of a penny stock there. HP. HP is looking good. This is an American oil company. We've been talking about this one for a couple of weeks. You got the green dot there on the weekly. I really like this setup here. As long as we can hold on to that 2460 level, that one's got a lot of room to go. HP looks really, really good here. Really, really good. It's got the green candle there on the monthly, and it's got the weekly dot there. I think HP is going to make some higher highs here up here at 43. So watch HP. Again, oil companies in America should do very, very well under Trump's presidency. He's been telling us drill, baby, drill, which means, right, all these companies, this is literally an American drilling company right now. Or they're an American drilling company. They got good earnings. They make about $700 million a quarter. Their revenues should go up as American oil continues to be produced inside of America and not outside of America. So I think HP is one that can really benefit from that. I like the fact that it's got a weekly green dot here and the daily as well, and a lot of room back up there to the red zone. Okay, if it goes back up there to 43, that's like an 80% move there to the top. GRT. GRT is still falling here. Wait for that green dot on the monthly. It's got the green on the weekly, but wait on the monthly if you want the absolute bottom again. I think any crypto right now is a good buy for the long term if you believe in the project. Redfin we covered, VLE we covered, VChain we covered, XRP we covered, XLM we covered, Doge we covered, RCAT. Things ripping. Okay, that one looks like it's going back to 14. Ooh, it's red on the monthly, green on the weekly though. So if you're going to play that one, I would use a stop loss right there at $6. $6 on the stop loss. But again, we're tapping that white dotted line. That's normally where we want to take profits. You could have took profits right here before the sell-off. So definitely use a stop loss at $6 to protect your gains there on RCAT. iBit we covered. I see RXRX from Dad by the Sea. What's going on, brother? RXRX. Ooh, this thing's getting hammered. Okay, that one is, it's got a green candle to start the month here. We're bouncing at a pretty important support there at 5. The weekly selling off here as well. You're going to want to wait for a green dot here on the weekly or the monthly. I mean, the daily's trying to bounce here. If you want to play the daily, you can, but I would just wait for confirmation on one of those charts to take a position. Okay, but we're back down. Looks like that's where we bounced last time at about $5. So, and we bounced at 450 right there. So if you want absolute certainty of a bottom, I would wait for a dot on the monthly or the weekly. But I mean, we are very oversold here on the daily as well. So that needs one of those dots before I were to jump into that one. How's Bitcoin look midterm? As long as Bitcoin can hold on to 80,000, we're fine, folks. There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin's chart. We've literally just been range bound here. We've been going sideways for a very long time. Okay. Last time I remember Bitcoin going sideways like this was back here in 2024 before we did the Ripski. So if we can get a green dot here on the weekly chart of Bitcoin, I'm going to feel a lot better. And as long as Bitcoin can hold 80,000, I'm still fully bullish on the crypto markets. I still think we are still in a bear market, or I'm sorry, bull market technically above 80. But if we break and close below 80K this week, we could be in trouble. But it's holding up pretty well. We had a little tiny dip, 3% dip. Everyone's freaking about a 3% dip yesterday after the Trump dump. But as long as we hold on to 80K, the chart is not hurt, folks. It actually looks really good. Ondo, we covered BTC.D. We covered OP. Again, 5 months down in a row. This thing has never dipped 5 months until, well, at least right here, and it had a nice move up. But monthly green dot is where I'd buy OP here. Okay, the weekly's green, the daily. I mean, we're so close to a bottom, guys. It's not even funny. This one also had a golden dot as well here at 90 cents. It's down a little bit, but I'd look to buy it again on the daily. I mean, we are just so oversold right now. It's ridiculous. 5 months down in a row. There's blood everywhere. Blood is flooding all the streets right now. And that's a great time to be buying. So I would be looking to raise capital, and I would be looking to add to my positions. I'd buy OP on a daily green dot here. RPL. RPL, same thing. Don't know anything about this project. Looks like a rug pull, honestly. I think there's some better names to own. If you know something about the fundamentals that I don't, then, all the power to you. But that looks like a rug pull. I don't want any part of that. VUG, again, wait on the weekly or the monthly confirmation if you want the bottom. Okay, weekly or the monthly dot for confirmation. Looks like we're trying to bounce here at 360. No telling if we open up above that or not tomorrow after the tariffs. But we will see what happens. I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable with stocks once we start getting the green dots here on the weekly and the monthly chart. I think we are very, very close. Very, very close. VGT. Same thing. Just wait for the macro green dots. Again, the last time we got a green dot with the wave down here was back in 2023 at 400. We did the Ripski. Okay, the deeper the wave, the better, guys. This means there's blood in the streets when the wave's down here. Okay, wait for that green dot there on VGT. XTZ Crypto. I own this one for a bit, but I got stopped out on it. Again, wait for the weekly or the monthly. Okay, you want the bottom, wait for the monthly or the weekly dot. That's all you got to do. Okay, weekly dot. Last time we got a weekly dot was right here, November 4th at 64. Literally the same price we're sitting at right now. We went all the way up to around $2. So that one looks good. I see a request here from for Sonic. 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 Okay, that one's still red. I'd wait for a green dot on the daily to play it. Wait for the daily chart, give you a green dot. 45 cents is going to be your stop loss. Okay, that's the level to watch, but wait for the green dot there on Sonic. VChain, we covered XRP, we covered XLM, we covered Doge, we covered C3AI, we covered HUT. HUT is, they got the partnership with Trump's kids or something like that. I don't know. So much stuff out there now. I like HUT as long as it holds on to 10 here. It has a nice candle to start the month. And that weekly looks like it's about to print green. So I would definitely buy this thing if that weekly dot comes. Again, the last weekly dot came right here at around 10. It went all the way up there to 34. I think HUT looks solid. I think HUT looks really solid. And I'm going to go ahead and put that one in my watch list here. It wasn't there, but I took it off. But the partnership with the Trumps is pretty interesting there. And that also had a golden dot not too long ago there on Wednesday. So again, the golden dots are the most bullish indication you can get from a daily chart. If you guys ever see one of those and you want to go long on a project, that is the day to do it when you see that golden dot there. What else we got? In the video, we covered MLGO, micro algo. This thing's doing the Ripsky, but it's time to take profits. Again, red dot there on the daily. It's just a penny stock. I don't know. It had a really big move up, but it's probably time to take profits on that one. Monthly chart still green here on WBD. Just waiting on a green dot here on the daily to enter. Doesn't have a whole lot of room back up there to 12, but if you're playing it, I would use a stop loss right here at that low at around 980 on that stop loss. Can someone on TikTok tell me what the diamonds are? I have no idea what these diamonds are, and I really want to know. I appreciate you guys giving them to me, but I wish I knew what they were. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what they are. Wayne says DAR in the chat. That one's getting rugged too, unless you're talking about a stock. Are you talking about the stock or the crypto? The stock don't look bad. That crypto looks ugly. Ugly. Okay, that one's trying to bounce there. I'd wait for the weekly, but it looks like it's trying to bounce here off of 30 if you're talking about the stock. Darling. Yeah, it looks good. I'd use a stop loss at 30, though, just to make sure. And that green dot on the weekly will probably be your confirmation there. Their earnings look decent. They're making about $1.5 billion a quarter. RGTI, we covered CRWV. Core Weave, this is too new. It's only been out 2 days. Things just doing the Ripsky. I just keep moving my stop loss up at 56. I put the stop at 56. Actually put it at the previous low right there at 53. Okay, brand new company, so not a lot of technicals I can tell you here. Hive, Hive. I believe we covered this one. This one looks good. This one looks good on the daily. Penny stock here. Daily chart giving you a green dot here. I'd use a stop loss at 140. Weekly even giving you a green dot as well. So if you guys want a penny stock, I think Hive is probably the one to play here with a stop loss at 140. Rivian. Rivian gave us the monthly. Rivian's got a monthly green dot here. Okay, I think these guys are going to take some share from Tesla now that everyone's lighting Tesla's on fire. Rivian's an electric car maker here, and I think they're going to take some share from Tesla. So I think these guys look good. They were down quite a bit today, but I would be looking to buy these green dots, and I think this thing's just going to have some continuation. If you're in it, I would use a stop loss at 1150, but that one does have the green dot on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. That's the trifecta right there. 1150 on the stop loss for Rivian. I think this one looks good back up here to 18. U looks very interesting as well. 350 be my stop loss. Did have a green dot a couple weeks ago on the weekly, but the monthly is still red as well, but you've got a green candle to start the month. So if you're going to play that one, you need to use a stop loss right there at 350. And then tomorrow is where you should see that daily green dot. This is Energy Fuels. They're not that big of a company. So penny stock there, be careful. In the video we covered, we got Google. Creators earn diamonds when viewers send them virtual gifts during their live streams. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate them diamonds. Appreciate it. 150 on the stop loss for Google, but nice opening to the month this month. Again, I think we're so close to a bottom, guys. Look at this. Look at this weekly chart here on Google. Last time we got a green dot down here was right here and at 156. Thing ripped. So I think we're really close. I like this start to the month so far. As long as we can hold on to that 147 level, we look good. But we'll see. We'll see how the markets react here. 150 is going to be a big level for it. It needs to get back up over that 9. So I'd wait for the weekly green dot to play it. And that could come this week, next week, or the week after that. We don't know. But I would wait for that confirmation. That will be called out over here inside of the alert section in the weekly alerts. You guys will get that alert called out there on Google. So watch for that. Any more requests here from the chat? We covered CRO, we covered ETH, we covered ADA, we covered Doge, Wolf, Terra Wolf. Terra Wolf is still green or still red here on the week. The weekly looks like it wants to turn. The monthly looks like it wants to turn. And the daily got a green dot here today. This is another one that had the golden dot. So I like Wolf above 250. I think this is a great long. And last time we got a green dot down here was back here in November of 2023 at 50 cents. It went all the way up to $8. So we're getting really close here. I like Wolf. I would buy this one on the next daily green dot. The Punisher says Algo. Covered Algo a couple times here. Just wait for the green dot confirmation there on the weekly chart. Okay. That'll be your buy signal, just like it was back here in November of 2024 at 12 cents. Thing went all the way up to 60. Okay. Monthly dot as well. Came back there in November. Boom. Did the Ripski. And the daily's just kind of consolidating right now. So how I play Algo is just wait for the weekly dot there. Total 3. We covered the total 3, but again, this looks fine as long as we can hold on to 700 billion. That's the stochastic's getting pretty low there. As long as we can hold this level right here at 700, I think we're fine. Watch for a daily green dot there. Jack says APLD, Applied Digital. That one's got a green candle to start the month of April here. Weekly's looking good. I'd wait for the weekly confirmation there. But this one's trying to bounce right now off of that $5.20 level. Got a green dot here today. So if you're going to play the green dot there on the daily, use a stop loss at 526. But personally, I'd wait for a macro confirmation of either a monthly or a weekly dot first. We want the bigger time frames to be in our favor before we look at the daily. So I would wait for at least a weekly dot before I played that one. But $5 looks like a very solid stop loss there. GME we covered, ETH we covered all those, AVAX we covered, GRT we covered, IBRX we covered, XLM we covered, Filecoin. Filecoin's got a green dot here on the weekly, okay? The monthly's very oversold and the daily's just consolidating. So every time Filecoin has been back down here at these levels, guys, it has been a buying opportunity. It was a buying opportunity here. It was a buying opportunity here. Every time price comes back into the red zone, you're always like, damn, I wish I was buying down here. Wish I was buying down here. Okay, you're going to say the same thing here in the next couple of months, next few months. You're going to be like, damn, I wish I was buying Filecoin down here. Nice range back to 8. I'd be a buyer of Filecoin down here at these levels. Okay, I like the weekly dot there. That looks cheap. CE. Lobster, no, the $4 membership does not get you the indicator. It only gets you the alerts from the indicator. And it also gets you access to all the chat. And you can see all my trades, all my alerts. You could also see our watch list. But it does not get you access to the indicator. If you want the indicator, you have to go to the trading indicator tab and click on this link right here. They're two separate products. But the $4 a month gets you access to at least the alerts. So you see the weekly, the daily, and the monthly alerts called out over here. I don't know why this guy's talking in here. But yeah, you get the golden dots, the daily alerts, the weekly alerts, and the monthly alerts with that $4 a month membership. If you want the indicator, you have to go to the trading indicator tab and get it there. It's this one, CE. CE, that one looks like it's going to print a green dot here very soon on the monthly, and that's super bullish. So they had a pretty good earnings. I think this looks really good, actually. Really, really good. Jesus, that was all the way back up there at 160. Weekly chart looks interesting. Daily chart got a golden dot. So I like CE. This is a good call out here. I'm actually going to add this one into my watch list here. Put it on the red list for now, just because it doesn't have that green confirmation yet. But that one looks like it wants to go. That one looks like it wants to go. That monthly dot will now be called out over there in the Discord when it happens. But CE looks good. Good call out here. Who was this? ZRO. Shout out. Shout out my boy. Thanks for the follow, Brad. Appreciate you, man. Welcome. Welcome. File, we got comp from Mauger. I really got to sign off here soon, guys. I got to go beat my dogs for chewing up that dang thing. Damn it. My wife gets back to town tomorrow, so she normally watches the dogs when I'm doing these streams. Right now, they could be doing anything. They're probably pissing on the rug or something. 37, 37 is the stop loss I'd be using. I don't know what happened here. Somebody bought this thing and then they sucked it right back down. But I'd wait for the monthly. If you want confirmation of a bottom here, bud, just wait for that monthly confirmation there on the monthly chart. You got the weekly and you got the daily. So 37 looks like a solid support level here on comp. Well from Hunter. Kelsey, I'll get you. Can you shoot me an email? Sometimes it glitches out and it doesn't add you in automatically. Maybe try refreshing your screen and you should be able to see it. If not, just shoot me an email. My email's up in the server rules. Well is just ripping right now. Well Tower. I'd take profits on this thing. This one's up in the red zone here. Take some profits on that one. And welcome to all the new members, by the way. Okay, we're getting really close here. File well Nike. Yeah, we got a few more, and then we're signing off here, folks. NKE. NKE. Nike, they're selling off after hours, so I don't know how they're going to react to the tariffs. Hopefully, Trump will lift those off in the next couple of weeks, but I just be going long. Again, we got that golden dot confirmation right there on Nike. I would just continue to hold it. Again, these golden dots are 1 to 6 month time frames, guys. They're not day trades. They're 1 to 6 month holds. So I would just continue to hold on to Nike here until it gets back up here to the red zone. Don't worry about the short term volatility. XRP we covered. HAS. Oops. This is Hasbro. This one looks good. That one's melting up there. I believe this one had the monthly dot show up for a second. Weekly dots showing up here. So I like Hasbro. I think these guys are a toy maker. These guys could get hit, though, off the tariffs as well. We don't know. So I would just use a stop loss at 60. Okay, if you want to be less conservative, use it right there at 59. Again, tariffs, it's going to be interesting to see how we open up. Ice Cold says Sand USD. It's the metaverse play here. I'd wait for the weekly or the monthly dot. Browse channel, homepage, then enable them. Thank you, Taylor. ICCT is going to be the last one of the day, and then we're logging off. We'll be live here again on Friday, guys. Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time again. ICCT has the monthly there, but this one had a huge move up. This one was up like 1,000% in 2 days. So now it's selling off here. So I'd wait for a daily green dot to buy this one if you want to own it. And that's it for today's stream, guys. For those of you on YouTube, I apologize if stream was a little bit different today. We want trying something new here. I'll try a horizontal feed tomorrow, see how TikTok likes it. Or I'm sorry, on Friday, we'll be back live here again at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you on Friday. God bless you, and we'll see you.